All right. And we are live. The last word. LordCognito, Ebontis, Ty Guy Travis, returning fresh on that Thursday evening campfire. Little guest action going on. Before we do all that, what's going on, E? How you doing, bro?
Doing good. Glad to have you back. Glad you had some safe travels. I know you were in the world of the Irish for a bit there, so I hope you had. It looked like you had a nice hotel. I will say the well, being lost in the meta space has its benefits. You know, they don't slouch in the hotels. They're like, hey, how's this going? I have a suite. This is amazing. It looked
kind of nice.
It looked nice. Yeah.
Shout out to the good people of Dublin.
Yep. For me, I have been trying to like check the last boxes that I'm going for in Destiny. We'll talk about all of that when we get to it because yeah, I got to get your opinions. Travis and I had our thoughts last week. We had more thoughts this week.
Always
Vampire Survivors. On the other side though, Vampire Survivors, I'm like, I can't stop playing this stupid game. It's that it's $5. If you have not heard of Vampire Survivors, go look it up. Steam, it's free on Game Pass. Wherever, it is $4 or $5 if you got to pay for it. And it's like, it may look like, you know, not the highest resolution. Doesn't matter. The depth that this game has is ridiculous.
I've got codes for it if you don't want to pay $4.
But like the depth that you get out of this game is like, oh, you're cool. This is kind of fun. Oh, I got this stuff leveled. Wait, what happened? And then all of a sudden, more things start. It just, I haven't come to remotely the end of the unlocks. And then a buddy of mine who's been playing a little more than me was like, oh yeah, and sent me a screenshot. There's even more. So it's for like $4 or $5, you will get your money's worth.
Okay.
Easily.
Looking pretty cool. Checking it out.
So yeah, that's just kind of one I'm kind of playing in the background, whether it's like rendering a video or taking a little break before I go to bed. And then I'm just trying to line up figuring out what's coming out and when and what I'm gonna get a chance. Because God of War is like, that's a must. That's
boy.
I mean, it's not everybody's because I just got done listening to Defining Duke / Last Stand Media, so the crossover episode. God of War is not everybody's game. I know it's not Travis's that highest.
Sacred Symbols has some things to say.
Oh yeah,
I like it. It's an 8. It's good.
I know you don't love it. Yeah, I was like, I just hold it.
8 is love. 8 is love.
I hold it higher than that is all I'm saying. So I very thoroughly enjoyed just the entire. It's almost like the sum of the parts are better than like if you look at them in pieces. To me, is just when it all came together, it was fantastic. So I've been looking forward to that for a while. And then just trying to figure out else what I can squeeze in towards the end of the year, whether it be if I can do Horizon afterwards as well. We'll have to see. Plague Tale Requiem, I keep hearing too much. Like I kind of want to do both back to back. So I've got a lot on the plate. And then Evil West is not that far away, coming up on there in the corner. Midnight Suns, Callisto Protocol. All of a sudden, like the end of the year is like, where did all the time go? So we have 2 months left in the year, and all of a sudden I have like 8 games I want to play. I don't understand how that happened, but yeah, that's what I'm kind of looking forward to. Travis, what about you, man?
Well, as you guys know, I got off of a flurry of reviews recently.
Yeah.
Some high profile, in fact, because I had to cover for other people.
Oh, no. I forgot about you had like you became a meme this week.
Yes. Yo,
that was so amazing. I don't know if you guys could like reach out and thank the artist who did that. You want to tell them what happened? Because I don't want to spoil the fun, but that was hilarious.
Some modder decided to make fun of the state of Arkham Knights or Gotham Knights and Batman games in general by having a little fun in the Marvel universe and made a mod for Spider-Man Remastered where you can play as the IGN review of Gotham Knights. You can replace Spider-Man with the 5 score and just play the entire game as that. And so none other than teasing Teddy here in the comments, and Teddy, yes, you can link. I think that's fair.
Absolutely.
He actually is the person who went in and captured the footage of that. Because as soon as IGN got wind that this mod existed, somebody obviously asked Teddy to go and record it.
So he's recording in the chat right now.
He got to install and play the game as the IGN review logo. Yeah, and people were hitting me up about that all week. Did you see this? Did you know your reviews in the game? Yada yada. And it was very surreal. It was very surreal, but yeah. There you go.
Some good promotion. Outside of becoming a meme, what else you been? Or what do you got? What's your next thing on the fire?
So I don't know if a lot of people saw this because there was so much commotion and hubbub about the Gotham Knights review, but I reviewed this week Ghostbusters:
Yep.
Spirits and Ghouls,
Oh, okay.
which I gave a 6 out of 10. It's
That's
a decent idea for a game that is very, very, very light on content. Kind of reminds me of Hood, which DjOros.
yeah.
That was one of the first games you helped me review, DJ.
Yeah, I remember.
Uh,
Yeah, I remember that
we'll
didn't come out
we
great
can
either.
talk about that.
It
That
was
one,
fun.
it was a good idea. It just didn't have any content and it ended really quickly. So, and now I'm reviewing a v- now I'm reviewing a game called Sonic Frontiers.
Oh, boy.
man.
Which
Oh,
I am
about
so curious where that thing is gonna land.
about 65% of the way through.
Okay.
I'll probably finish it tomorrow. I'll
So
get.
I feel like that could be a 3 or like a random out of nowhere like 9. It could be anywhere. On that. I can't guess on that. I like before I'm like 6, 7. Like I got a hunch, not a clue, because that could be. I have no idea what to expect on that one. What about? I mean, outside of Travis, from what the other two of you have seen of Sonic Frontiers, do you have any? Where do you think it's going to? Do you have any hope? Are you like excited? Are you like this looks terrible? Where are you guys at on this one? I'm curious.
I have no idea. I mean, Sonic in the 3D space is always interesting, but like you said it perfectly. It's one of those games. I feel like it could literally be any part of the spectrum depending on where it lands. And I'm curious. Travis is the perfect person to review that. I can't wait to see what he has to say about that.
As I say, it's gonna be a very honest review. Anyway, I mean, for Travis, anything high would be. I mean, it's better be amazing. So I'm gonna say probably, if I had to guess, I'm gonna say it's a 5 because it's a safe bet for Travis. I think so.
Now, Travis ain't say he gonna go in.
That's painful. I obviously cannot comment on the quality.
Clearly,
yes.
But I will say, I was actually talking about this with some other people.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think my average review score is in the year 2022? Because I recently did the math.
Probably a 5. Because he had a 2, a 3, an 8, a 6. I haven't kept track of all of them.
Yeah, probably in that 5, 6 range.
I would say 5.2.
4 is DJ's guess.
5.
Yeah, Warren already knows the answer because I gave it on the other show, but it is 6.5.
6, yeah.
What?
Okay.
That's higher than I expected, actually. I mean, you have some bad ones dragging it down, but I guess overall,
shout out to Nerf Legends.
Nerf shout out.
1.9. That brings it up a lot. Given 1.9, a couple 8s. So 6.5. Interesting. That's probably actually already changed because I gave another 6 this week. But whatever.
Oh, see, coming down.
Coming down just ever so slightly. Postal was the other.
Oh
god.
That game was terrible.
Could have been a 0 for all it looked like. But,
Still can't believe GameSpot gave it a 1. They scooped me again.
You gotta come at you gotta just ask Dan if you can be like, at some point can I give something like a 0.5 just to see the reaction? Like you gotta find something that's justified just so you can have like the lowest review score out there.
Yeah, you know what's funny is I found out this week. I had never known this. IGN has given an 11 out of 10 before.
Wait, what?
Yeah. IGN has
was
given
it
11 out of 10, and you can.
Is
still
it
find
old? Is it old or
did you yell at them about it? Because
it is. I mean, the thing is old, but the review is not that old.
So is it like NES era, SNES? Like how old are we talking for the game? Give me an idea.
It is not a game. And it's sort of a cheat because
The Godfather or something weird like that. Like, is it some masterpiece piece of?
I will link it right here. It is
I'm so
review of drum roll, please. This is Spinal Tap. And if you've seen this,
yeah, I know, because you crank it up to 11. I get it.
11 out of 10.
Oh,
It has
okay.
So that's actually not a real, because I don't know if that movie justifies an 11. But yes, I get why they did.
No, so it's obviously I think the reviewer wanted to give it a 10 out of 10, but then because of the 11 out of 10 joke in the mockumentary, they gave it an 11 out of 10 for the meme. And I found out about that this week, so pretty interesting.
Well,
so according to IGN, that is the greatest single piece of media of all time.
Yeah, that's not true. I've seen bits and it's not true, so that's fine.
It's very good. It's a very good movie if you haven't seen it. But anyway, if you're a fan of that movie,
what about you, sir? I know you're the one who's been a world traveler, multi-podcaster, co-podcast, like splitting. What have you been doing, sir?
Recovering.
Everything.
I've been sick. I've been sick. I thought I had the Rona, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. When I came back, I was hurt.
Negative.
Yeah, thankfully. But yeah, it took me a while to just get adjusted, jet lag, time zone. When I was out there, I didn't have access to the Series S. I'm really mad at United Airlines right now. They're not letting me get my little man on with the 100-watt plug. I guess they turned the wattage down. So I've been Steam Decking a lot. So I've been a lot of Death Stranding, surprisingly. I've been doing
that is a game I need to play. Still.
Yeah, very, very interesting. Very interesting. Yeah, so I finally yesterday got a little chance to throw Destiny on. I have not played Destiny for a little bit, so got a chance. We have things to talk about. Enough about me, man. We got this guest being patient.
Indeed.
Yeah, gotta bring him in. So I'll break tradition and do the old school.
To you, sir.
No doubt. Welcome to The Last Word, episode number 221. It's a glorious Thursday. We're back in front of the campfire for some spooky looter-shooter discussion. I'm extremely excited about our special guest, so let's get right into it. I want to introduce a Lord whose pure passion and affinity for the Destiny franchise not only led him to the world-renowned Fireteam chat, but with that same infectious energy, on one fateful day in Butler, PA, transformed the once pleb into a great friend and Iron Lord. Introducing the creator and host of the DjOros Poorly Playing Destiny YouTube channel, world-renowned streamer of the Realm Online, and the Eververse store most committed benefactor.
Oh dear.
The Lord of King's Fall raids, self-proclaimed largest calves in the presence of Ebontis. With the most hilarious raid callouts and DPS slander in the ILP clan. Live from the black and yellow Pittsburgh, PA, and begrudgingly to Travis, making his debut at the campfire of The Last Word. My man and Destiny bestie, Lord DjOros. How we doing, sir?
Woo! Oh my god! All right, guys, it's been great. I'll have a good night. This is awesome. Travis, you win.
Goodbye.
This was amazing. That now I don't have words now, so I can't do anything. Thank you for having me here, Travis. I'm sorry. I mean, obviously we know, but still, again, I'm just happy to be here. Thanks, guys.
Salute. You here, man? The campfire's warm, getting ready. The boy is in, one of the favorites in the clan, man. DJ, it's good to see you, man. But first, we gotta do this right. We gotta start from the beginning. You have some interesting history before we get to Destiny. So let's talk about that game that kind of inspired you. What's this Realm stuff about? And let's talk about you getting into gaming.
It's just the best game ever created, I think. It's a game that came out in like 1996. I played with my dad. I think it was the first ever MMO that came out, and I think that like shaped how I play games nowadays. Just the playing with people, the community, the friends, the whole way things worked out. And it's a side-scrolling game. It's I mean, right now, currently in the world, I'm the best streamer on it. But that's because like 33 people play it still. So and none of them have moved past
very small sample size there.
Yeah. But hey, you know what? Still the best, and possibly also the worst because nobody else does it. But I'll take what I can get. And it's I still play it. I still try to get my dad on there. He's still trying to avoid it from me, but it's a good thing, and I don't know, it kept me going with the community. I mean, I was an only child growing up, so all the people I could chat with, friends were the biggest things for me. So that's how I try to keep it now. So
no doubt. So that was the foundation. What's the first console after that? What was the real kind of get you in the console space?
So the Nintendo 64 picked up when I was young. Had Super Mario 64 was the first game I had for that, and it was just that was.
I do expect that you must have the correct number of stars in that game. I hope.
I only have 1 star. That I just kept doing the same mission over and over again.
I mean, that's one way to play it.
Yeah. I played that a lot, but the Mario Kart was the one after that because it was with friends. I had cousins, I had friends come over playing that was the the draw for me. So
Remind me
that's
on
where he
Mario
went.
Kart 64, was that the proper battle mode? Was that the right one?
It
Like
had
with
a
the
battle mode.
was that the
with
four with like the four
Correct.
brick colored? Yeah, okay, that's yes, totally. Yep, I can get
Yes.
on board with that.
That's where he learned
the good one.
Yeah.
sense.
It went. Continue. E.
Oh no, that was just my interruption. So back to your
Okay.
journey.
I just interrupted.
No,
Yeah,
I was just yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, Teddy's in there. He's like, yes, and double dash. You know, Teddy going to correct us.
Oh, yeah,
What's the
he's-
Mario Kart? You already know.
Don't let Teddy to get security. That's all I know.
Shout out
Teddy,
to
there's no
Simple.
security here.
Shout out to Simple and
Oh my God,
everybody
there are all
up in
these
there.
people here.
Yeah,
Oh,
shout out
look
to
at these
Ducky.
people. I love it.
Scream.
Ducky. Oh, Ducky. We'll talk about Ducky later. Screams in there. Oh,
Yeah, the
watch
clan is
my
in
last
there.
YouTube video.
So you doing that little, your multiplayers, and then from there, where do you go from there?
So there to PlayStation 2. I jumped from Nintendo to PS2. Played a lot of SOCOM 2 Navy SEALs. It was just like my favorite game on that console. And then Grand Theft Auto Vice City was a big one. I was too young to play anything prior to it. Like my dad was like, no, you're not playing those other ones. But like I turned, what was it, 14? He was like, all right, you can play Vice City now. It's fine. That, and then I had a buddy who lived down the street. He's in the clan Wiggle. Who had the original Xbox, and I'd go over there all the time. I played Dance Dance Revolution, tribute to my Cavs, like I told you.
Oh, that's
earlier.
where the development started. Okay,
Right.
Really?
I'm so
Okay.
good at that.
This is where you were coming for E.
265, but I'll tell you what, I can Dance Dance Revolution like there's no tomorrow. And then obviously Halo. Halo was just like it was the original Halo, and then Halo 2. And just playing as the guest against other people in that game, and I was really good at PvP back then. It was great. I was young. That's why. And it was just going over there all the time playing, and then I jumped from there to getting the 360. And when the 360 came out, Halo 3, and that was life. So that was, I think it was. I mean, in my message, we would play till like 3 a.m. And then the next day in school, I'd be playing with my buddy Dan and Wiggle, and we chemistry class. We'd be sitting there, be like, "Oh, so great! I'm glad we level up one more time because it was the best ranking system in the world." And for ranked, yeah. I'm just saying, I Bungie could use some advice from Bungie. Is all I'm saying. And we'd be like, "All right, we did it. We made it one more level," and then like we'd fall asleep in class. So it was a good time. And then
in the world at the time, I think we should.
At the time, yes, I'll give you that. I'm not fighting.
I will never forget that people would get into lobbies and commit suicide and betrayals for hours and hours and hours so that they could de-level themselves so that they could play against crappier players.
Wow.
True.
That was like a
very
big
true.
thing. And people used to create like accounts every other day using like trials for Xbox Live Gold so that they could play at rank 0 and just like destroy scrubs. And there were a lot of problems with the ranked playlist. But
I wish I knew these tricks and tips. Where was Wilhelm whenever I was younger? Like if I would have known, we would have been set. But
my crew, man, we were pulling Ethernet cables to freeze the team whenever we were hosting matches and then killing everybody. And it was a toxic place.
That sounds perfect. That's exactly what I need. So
did you know that's where the Crota thing came from? It's because Bungie. That's like a Bungie staple. Like that whole thing where you pull the Ethernet cable,
yeah,
and you're hosting the match, and then you're able to kill Crota. You could do that in the Halo days, where like whoever was the host, because it was peer to peer, would unplug the Ethernet cable, and everyone else would freeze, and you could run around the map, kill them all, and then plug it back in. It would resume the game.
Hilarious.
And yeah, it was like, so I think when people figured out the Crota thing, it was because they were like, well, this is a Bungie game. I wonder if they do the same sort of peer thing. Like, let's try it.
Apparently, yes.
That's how it happened. So, and it still worked. A lot of the Blam engine actually made it into Destiny 1. So
salute. Crazy history, man. So you in them Halos, you're doing that competitive PvP, the arena shooter.
So good. And then I went to college and took a break from video games. It was, Party City.
Okay.
Which is why, like, again, I say it like we have when I stream, we take shots.
What was your rank?
And we
your
play
rank?
games. Well, is this what we do? We're not. It's not a good stream. It's a fun stream.
Yes.
But we, and that's how I think that happened. But we, my buddy got back into it. he was like, hey, you should check out this Bungie game. It's Destiny. You'll love it. It's just like Halo. I bought it. In a sketchy deal. I was like, all right, at my work. At my work, my buddy was like, he was like, I got this this Xbox One. You want to buy it for me? And outside in the parking lot, I bought the original Xbox One with the Kinect and everything. Took it home, bought Destiny, installed it, played some PvP, hated it. It sucked. It was stupid. It was the worst thing I've ever done in my entire life. It was nothing like Halo, and it was awful. I've never.
I gotta stop you.
Worst game ever.
I gotta stop you. Quick question. One thing for me during it was an adjustment, big time for Destiny PvP. Did Shax's voice bother you?
Yes,
it bothered me. I was like, what is this opera singer thing going? Yeah. I'm sorry. I tried to
what they did was they tried to recast him, and it was ridiculous. They should have just kept the original guy because he was good.
So you hated it.
That it was bad. And then same place of work. A few buddies of mine were like, "Oh, you play Destiny?" I was like, "I've played it. It's not very good." They're like, "No, you're doing it wrong. You gotta level up and do the raids and do the extra content." And I was like, "I don't know what any of that means." So they like carried me. They were like, "Come on, grab me by my ears." They're like, "There's a new raid coming out. We're gonna do this together." They did all of the things to progress my level when I was just jumping in with blue, gear to play PvP.
Walmart. Okay.
And exactly. And then they show me King's Fall. Like I got in right at King's Fall was whenever they showed me the new raid. And I was like, this is it. I'm done. I can't. There's nothing more magical than playing a raid with my buddies. Like, it was just the best. Oh, I don't want to hear it. Okay, it's fine. Trials is great. But it was just that moment, completing that raid. I mean, I have 72 clears in King's Fall. Whenever it was the 100 was your matchmaking. So it was like that was it. So and then it's the rest is history. So Travis, go ahead. I'm sorry. I apologize.
No, I just have so many comments.
I'm ready.
First of all, I mean, where to begin? You take shots while playing video games, so that explains why you look like Ebontis if he was an alcoholic.
Oh no!
Got it.
No! Don't do him like that.
No.
You act like I'm not going for that.
Yeah.
No, I'm watching what he's doing on screen. If you guys aren't watching video right now, there's basically a meme.
Lord.
There's a meme jar from Advanced GG, and it is actually full of real dried locusts.
I'm ready.
Oh god, he did it.
He did it. Yep. I guess he's getting a little extra protein while we have the podcast.
Yep, it is.
If one of us throws up, we'll just try and mute, but continue, Travis.
He's eating bugs. The Xbox One was your first Xbox console, which is insane to me.
Wow.
Like, think about that.
So weird.
That's like buying a ticket to the Titanic after it hit the iceberg. Like, that's crazy. First of all,
yeah, that is a choice. That is a weird choice, but it's a choice.
Second of all, or third of all, it's blowing my mind how much Destiny is like Scientology. Like, you first hear about it and you're like, this is crazy. Why would you ever do that? And then your friend's like, no, you got to level up. Once you get higher up there, you'll see how good it level can be.
Oh my god!
They drag you in, and then you're like, oh,
I joined the church.
You're right.
You joined the church.
Stars are out of whack. I don't know how I didn't see this earlier.
The Church of the Traveler. You've joined the Church of the Traveler.
So the conversion method is very scary to me.
Yeah, Destiny is really all about referral. Destiny's a referral-based situation.
Pretty much every part of what you said disturbed me. This entire intro really was disturbing. Also, I should mention that the first MMO was actually Neverwinter Nights, the original one, not the BioWare one, which came out in 1991.
Oh, so beats it by like 4 or 5 years, which is fair.
Yeah.
But also never heard of it.
I think I got shut down a couple years later. By the time I was in middle school, I think that game had already been turned off.
Now, did you hear about the Realm? Have you ever heard of the Realm before?
Realm Online?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, I was just curious. I don't know. Like it seemed like a very small game even in 1996, so I just wasn't sure. It wasn't like EverQuest or the RuneScapes of gaming, so I just wasn't sure.
Yeah,
so you play a lot of games.
You got into RuneScape, go to Maddie.
Remember?
What do you do?
My business is bad games, remember?
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Yeah. I know all the underrated ones.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, good. Right. So the Realm Online to Xbox Game Pass for PC is what I'm shooting for.
Nice. Okay, there we go.
Classic.
There we go. No doubt. E, because I got a lot of questions, but
Oh yeah, I just got one.
How was the bug?
How is leg day treating you? How was leg days?
It was good. I skated. I got my
Nice,
skates
nice.
back there. They helped out today.
stuff.
We did that for a bit, and GCX next year will be good.
Yeah.
Don't you worry. I'm ready. I'm ready for it. Let's go.
No,
Meat
like,
box battle.
yeah, that was I think the more hilarious part is the fact that there are multiple meat boxes walking around GCX, and apparently 2 of them are sitting on this podcast. And then one of them is like the sidekick little like character that sits on the meat box's shoulder in the movie. You've got like the
little scion.
Yeah.
I'm a little scion to your guys' cabals. Yeah.
Exactly.
He said cabals.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was
he
like
did that. I was
cabals.
like,
I'm like,
those-
there's some intentionality there. Yeah.
That's the greatest clan I ever saw was cabals in your mouth. You guys ever see that clan?
I have seen that.
It's a Destiny
I've-
clan.
Yeah, it is a
They're,
Destiny.
they're,
clan.
they're
Probably.
actually prolific. They're prolific in PvP.
Yes,
I
I've
believe
been
that.
killed by
Yeah.
them.
They
And
were-
you remember?
Yeah, because I've had cabals in my mouth by
Oh.
them. They're like sweaty. They're sweaty, dude. I remember they were in
And
trials every
Why
week.
they gotta be sweaty with that?
Sweaty cabals.
Sweaty.
Sweaty cabals. No, actually, in all seriousness,
yes.
So how did this? I got roped into this like whole calf off thing, and I didn't know what was happening. So I just like, Cog, you got to tell the story because I was just like an innocent bystander over here, and all of a
So-
sudden he's like, you gotta do this, and I'm like, what?
So I think it started Butler, right? So
Yeah.
me and DJ hanging out. I'm like, yo, I like this kid. He's really cool, super passionate, funny as hell. First of all, it came all the way through with wifey to come see. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, oh, I love this kid. Like, this is my guy, right? So we're talking, and I forgot, was it like workout stuff or whatever? And he's like, yo, Kyle, I'm trying to work out with my upper body and stuff like that. And I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, bro, if I had calves like that, you know what I'm saying? That'd be crazy because to me, it's genetic, right? So he's just like, yeah, I've been playing, I've been doing all this. So then I go, but I forgot how it came up, but I was like, nah, but E's calves is crazy. So he was like, nah, no way, no way. And this like this battle started, right? And
I wasn't even involved, by the way. I wasn't even there.
This is your fault.
Then I start instigating. I'm like, yo, GCX, you're not ready when Ebontis pull up. You're not ready when he come through. Your calves is not gonna be ready for what you about to deal with. So he's like, oh, he don't even. So then there was this joke now that every time I see him, I'm getting calf updates on the preparation for the matchup. And this started to go all the way up until we got to GCX. And then obviously when you met him, that was the first thing he rolled up on you. And I thought it was the most hilarious thing ever. So that is the origin story of the calf.
The calf off. And I was like, all right. Yeah, no, I will 100% say anything like that is, there's a large amount of like physiology that's very genetic. Because when it
You're
comes,
saying you didn't even prepare. You didn't even know the contest was coming.
no, I just showed up and won.
Don't do that.
DJ was doing a training montage, going upstairs, drinking raw
You do the
egg,
Rocky,
calling it
the
the
calf.
Stasis.
Wait. Although I would
And then
love
he just
myself
showed
in a
up, got off
training
the
montage.
couch, and just crushed you like that. That's humiliating, man. He ruined your whole career.
Crushed.
I mean, I've been
Sure.
training
What
my
you're saying,
entire
crushed.
life. If in fairness, I've been training my entire life, but it's just,
Why you gotta say it, Chad, like he just rolled out of bed? He still,
I just rolled out of bed.
I'm
And,
just-
don't do that to my boy. Don't do that to the bestie.
commentator here. Look, I'm just a guy, commenting on what I've heard here today.
I've heard Travis has pretty good.
I heard E
so.
didn't train for the fight. He just showed up for the weigh-in and he won. That's all I'm saying.
Give me your definition of training, because I did not do that either. It was skating, and that's
You knew
it,
the
because
fight was
that's all I did.
coming, bro. You knew the fight was coming. That's all I'm saying.
no, it's just one of those things. Like everybody's usually got. If you're like, hey, I want good shoulders, then maybe your calves are good. Or it's like, hey, I can build upper body, but I walk around on chicken legs. Like there's always something going on where it's it's like grass is greener on the other side. You're like, cool. Like, okay, you can build triceps, but your shoulder doesn't look proportionate to the rest of it. Or I can't build a chest, but I work it like 5 days a week. And that's just always one of those things that's hilarious. So everybody's always trying to work on that one thing that your body's like, everything else may be fine. But yeah, it's just one of those things when it's like, if you're working out and you're trying to be in shape and trying to be fit, great. Don't worry about the one thing you're struggling with. You might be able to raise the exact same amount of weight as somebody. Wait, what's?
Yo, Ducky is a fool. He said they saying DJ legs look like Roke.
I mean,
Yeah,
don't do it. If anybody's legs look like Roke is my don't do that to me.
Rolk, but the definition for Rolk is insane though. If you look at it real close.
Yeah,
He's
definitely,
very,
definitely.
very, very chiseled. Yes.
That's very, very
you have
chiseled.
a problem with all parts of your body.
I mean, that's just going to be one of those. Some people honestly no, but here's the thing. If you have issue building muscle size, generally it also means if you try and lose weight, you're probably able to drop it. That's one thing I've seen by friends that's generally that way. No?
Mhm.
You seem to be pretty lean now.
I have incredibly low metabolism. I have to run 50 miles a day to maintain this weight.
Well,
Wow.
okay, fair. Generally what I've noticed though, like I have friends that like if they want to lose weight, they can drop it really fast, but also I'll work out with them in the same 6 months and I'll build size like on chest or something faster than they ever could. So it's like, I've just always noticed that it's one way or the other. You don't ever seem to win all the battles. And the people who are like the Instagram models, they won the genetic lottery. I did not. I just seem to be doing okay in the calf department. So,
But you've been doing kickboxing, and DJ with
yeah.
the hockey and
Can I give you my perspective as oops all chicken over here? Y'all,
That might be the
y'all
best
are,
line.
Y'all are,
That was
y'all
good.
are looking good. From my perspective, you look like nice meat boxes. Your legs seem fine, Cog. I wouldn't be upset about them.
Nah,
Your shoulders, your chest, you're keeping it tight. DJ, I have no compliments for you. You guys are all looking great, though. That's what I'm trying to say.
I appreciate you. I appreciate you.
I love you too, Travis.
No doubt. No
You
doubt.
look phenomenal.
Man, you're a great liar. There, there's my compliment. There's my compliment. Your lying game is on point.
You're lying.
You get one nice comment stream, and that was it. I like it.
So real quick, so obviously we had the butler move and all that, and then obviously you were part of the clan, big clan. Shout out to the plebs. You know what I'm saying? Are we gonna talk about that fateful day?
I was just gonna say I got.
Are we gonna do that?
I wasn't allowed in. I don't
Yeah,
understand.
technically we're banned. Technically we're banned.
I'm
So
sorry.
It wasn't even my fault. Where's Mickey?
So
Mickey and Torpedo.
Wait, let's back up. Let's back up. Let's back up.
Hold on. This man has been banned and we let him on the podcast. I was not aware of this. This is
Call Travis.
Unbeknownst to knowledge. Guys, this has been a great show.
As this has been.
Yeah, and this has been DJ Oros' final word.
Before we
the first word.
Okay. I was gonna say before we talk about the trials thing, right? I want to do the history, right? Because there's a key part that we fit before all of that. But before I even get to know you actually, Travis is singly integral to us getting together. So how did that whole thing start?
All right. So I was managing a restaurant, and my boss at the time at the restaurant, I show up normally like a half hour early for work. Everybody at my work, we all three managers there, we all played Destiny. They all played on PlayStation. I said, no, you're not playing PlayStation. I bought them an Xbox. I said, you're gonna play Xbox with me. Yeah. It's like you're,
I guess, huh?
Yeah. So they jumped over to Xbox. We started playing, hung out, and we were jumping to work one day, half hour early, right?
Mm-hmm.
Go in the office, and my boss is sitting there on his phone. I'm like, what are you doing? Like he's like, oh, I'm watching Fireteam Chat. Come on over, take a look. And I sit down, and he shows me Fireteam Chat for the first time ever. I didn't know about that world. I didn't know that there was like a YouTube. I knew Rick Cactus because how else was I going to do a raid? I'm not good at raids. Ask Ducky about it. But he, he's sitting there watching and he's talking. I'm Travis. I'm like pretty sure you were on this episode, but you were just filling in at the time. I don't think you were like a full time. You weren't there always.
Yeah, I remember when Travis used to be on the when he first started.
And I was like, this is awesome. People are just gathering together talking about Destiny. This is the coolest thing I've seen. So I'm sitting there in the office with him. People are knocking on the door like, we got food to run. The building's burning. I'm like, no, we got Destiny to watch. Leave us alone. Yeah, don't leave us alone. And so I watched this Fireteam Chat, and Travis, was on it, and then I kept watching, and Travis was always like, Xbox. Like everybody else was like, oh, PC, we love PC, all that nonsense. And so I, at one point,
he's disgusted right now. You lost Eve, right, and that has been.
I'll yeah. So yeah, I mean, I have a PC, so that's fine. But Xbox is better. But we Yeah, I'm
Controller's
sorry.
better.
I'm
Oh,
never
Oh
Revenant.
my
This
God,
man-
we're
this
not
man
doing
got-
that again, Travis.
Controller's
No,
better.
But
that is.
This man is
Do you
epic.
have any
Continue.
ideas? Yeah, we're not. Anyway,
so all right.
Oh,
Anyway,
we struck a
right.
nerve
All right,
with E.
so-
This is great. This is great. Continue.
So-
We console warring.
so-
Continue.
So we were just one day I was just like, all right, Travis plays on Xbox. I'm gonna reach out to this guy. He seems like pretty all right. He's yelling at people all the time. So I was like, Travis, my name's Dave. Nice to
Mhm.
meet you. You seem pretty all right. You're on Xbox all the time.
Mhm.
If
Wait,
you ever
you
want to
have a
run a
time?
raid or something, if you ever want to raid or something, like we could maybe do it together or something. If you want to like jump into a raid or something. And he's like, hey man, thanks for reaching out. I think I still have it saved because it was so magical.
Oh,
And I was like, buddy, and he jumped in, did this raid. All my buddies were there, Tapito and Reader and all the the plebs. And I was like,
Yeah.
guys, don't make me look like
that
an
was the
idiot.
name of the clan. The
Travis
name
is
of the
here.
clan was plebs. Yes.
The plebs, yes. Don't
The
make me
plebs.
look like an idiot. Travis is here. And Travis was like, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a about that. I
Yeah.
stopped it. I didn't even say the whole word. We're not
Uh,
demonetized yet. And it was just great. He was awesome. He was hanging out with us. He was like, oh, let me introduce you. He was, as much as Travis is Travis, he's a good person, and he brought me into this universe, and I love it. And it's been this ever since, and hanging out with everybody, and it's been good. So
No doubt. So Travis is literally the influence.
I know it's his fault. It's all his fault.
So
It's
a
his
little
fault.
like history on this is that when I started doing Fireteam Chat, I had just started writing reviews for IGN. I like was super new there, and I was probably getting like one review every 3 months. It was like not very frequently at all. They were kind of like testing me out. I just had started working there, and when I was on Fireteam Chat, people would hit me up all the time to play, and I tried to make it a point to like play at least with one stranger
dope. That's
group
dope.
per week,
That's
just
dope.
because it was like nice to like hear their feedback and hear what they thought about the show or about the game, and just like talk to them. And then the next episode, Fireteam Chat, I would try to either give them a call out or I would reflect on whatever it was that we talked about as a team.
Yeah.
And just bring them into the conversation. And I thought it was super cool. And I was always like, Destin, Brian, you guys should play with randoms at Destiny, like when they hit you up. And they were like, nah, we don't want to play with these strangers. And I was like, all right. So I wasn't, at the time, I think I was in between gaming PCs. So I think I wasn't playing on PC a lot. But I played with a lot of people on Xbox and some people on PS4 and then eventually PC. So
no doubt.
So DJ was one of those groups, and usually when people are around me, they're very polite. But DJ and his group was very ruckus, and I don't think I had a reputation at the time for being a ruckus individual, because when I was on Fireteam Chat,
if only people knew the public version of you.
When I was on Fireteam Chat, I put on my adult, shirt.
Yeah, you were a nicer Travis back then.
It's because it was a different show. The culture of Fireteam Chat was 30-minute just news and talking about the game, and not a lot of like sass and smack talk and all that. And but my nature is smack talk. That's my default state. My resting state is smack talk. So his group was very over the top and ruckus, and I fit in with them. And so we played a couple,
like one or two Deepstone Crypts.
Like one or two Deepstone Crypts, and then all of a sudden I was like, hey, by the way, I don't have the rocket launcher. And then they were like, cool, let's play every week until you get it. So that like 82 times or however many it took me to get Eyes of Tomorrow, those were almost all with DjOros and his squad. So
salute to the plebs.
We just played a lot, just this random group. To the point where like he met my fiance, and my fiance like knew who he was. It was like, oh, you gonna play with DjOros? And his group is actually the reason that she got the gamer tag that she has, which is Thai Girl Travis. What? Makes no sense as a gamer tag, but it was because the people in his group started calling her Thai Girl. And so I was like, that's kind of hilarious. And then I said, we should look and see if the gamer tag Thai Girl Travis is available. And it turns out in the Xbox One generation, they made it so that you can't have that many characters in your gamer tag. It's like limited at 12 or something like that. So I was thinking about it, and I was like, I wonder if we could boot up the Xbox 360 and make an account there, and if it would override
Nice. A
the
grandfather.
name rules.
Okay.
And it did. It did.
Ah.
So if you go on the 360, you can use the 360's naming rules there. So we went there and we created her account, named it Tigirl Travis, and then we imported it on the Xbox One, and it kept the same name. So I also owe him that really stupid that stupid name. So simple. There you go. He's in that group. I met a lot of people through that. So I used to have a lot of Destiny crews and people I'd play with, but over the years, you lose Destiny friends. Not everybody sticks with it. And I have a collection of random people that I met over the years, many of whom I met through Fireteam Chat. And DjOros and his group is one of them. Though they don't mess with me as much anyway, because all of a sudden they became friends with LordCognito and they joined his clan. And now they just tell me, now they just say, oh, we're going to raid. And then they don't raid with me. They don't hit me up. And yeah, it's brutal, man. They just, they got too good for me. So now they just hang out.
All I want to do is play with Travis. He's always reviewing games.
No, now they just hang out with Cog and they're too cool for me. They play with whoever has the biggest following. Cog.
They clout the plebs and clout chasing.
That's right.
They're not like this. Not like this.
That's why I still play with
effers. You know what I mean?
No, so that's hilarious. That's okay. So, and then the last question before now we get to the fateful day. Like, so then from there, what did you meet me on when I was on that one episode of Fireteam Chat? I'm trying to think like when you first came across me.
Me?
Yeah.
Sorry. We broke up there for a second.
Okay.
Like it was maybe my computer's not very good. I don't know. Maybe if we were on Xbox. It's
savage. Good.
For you was whenever I got into starting watching Fireteam Chat, it was just the gaming because like it was what was it that popped up? It was an Xbox centric thing that popped up, and Iron Lord podcast popped up following it. It was like dealer. Like that whole world, and because I didn't see you on Fireteam Chat.
Oh, so you didn't even. I thought you.
There was no connection there.
Got it.
No. There was no connection there, and then it was like, oh, he also plays Destiny, the game that I'm not obsessed with at all. There's no like, I own nothing from it. It's not.
He's very focused on the podcast tonight. He's very honored to be here and 100% focused tonight.
Yes.
Right. And I'm just in the tower. But no, it's and that's how we fell into Cognito. And then Travis jumped in here, and I remember when he first started doing Ebontis. I'm so sorry when he jumped into doing Last Word, and I was like, this is great because it's Travis. I love Travis. Cognito's there. He's like,
other guy.
This other guy.
And then I was like, oh my god, there's actual videos.
I brought some people into the show. You see?
You have one more follower. You're welcome.
The Tie Guy effect. I don't have many followers, but they're loyal.
Yes.
They're loyal.
Yeah, Ebontis. We were here till the end.
That's right.
So yeah, and that's how that all happened. And then I got banned for some reason.
And then you got banned. So then now we transition to the final part. I mean, the next final part of it, which was okay. So then I remember seeing you or whatever, and then it was a fateful day. And I'm gonna say it was me and Sinister, and I can't remember who the third was.
Yeah, it was Lord.
Who was it?
One of them. One of the lords.
One of the lords, right?
Lord Kai? I don't know.
Maybe. We're doing trials one weekend, casual trials, try to get it in. And then we're matched up. And I think
amazing.
A matchup in trials. And he messages me and he's like, yo, Cog, da da da. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. So we get smashed. Because I forgot who our third was. Our third was not good. No disrespect. Our third was not good. Continue.
Okay, just interject. I messaged Travis. I'm like, oh my god, we're playing against LordCognito right now in trials.
Yes.
And I did say we were winning.
Yes.
But continue. Sorry.
Yeah. So we got smashed because our third was not good, but no excuses. So I remember at the end of the match, there was this action that happened on our corpse. And I go, what?
The ball's in your mouth.
I said, wait a minute. Not the cool guys that I like are doing this. So I was like, oh no. And then I sent you a
my
message.
other
Explain yourself, sir. Explain yourself.
my other two were Mickey
Yes.
Mahinge, Larry Murfitt.
Yes.
Travis
Yes.
knows him.
Yes.
And the other one was
Mhm.
Torpedo.
Mhm.
And those
Torpedo.
two
Both very
gentlemen,
disrespectful players, but
right? Both of them were because we
1776.
cared.
Right. Casually.
Right. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Because Mickey was so mad about that because he's from England.
Right.
Right. Yeah. And they were doing the up down motion.
Yes.
And I said, guys, stop it. We're gonna get in trouble because like I did with Travis. I was like, guys, you can't be like a jerk like that. And they continued. And then I was in suspension for
and then you abandoned. We weren't talking. And then
I tried. I super chatted.
But we powered through. And then we ended up resolving the situation. And then the plebs became lords. And I found out how actually awesome they are. We all combined clans and shout out to Hinge and Torpedo. I believe, did you guys take me to the Lighthouse? I think I got to the Lighthouse with you guys after that.
I
did, and we did it with and I got to do it with Travis for Addict, and like it was a good good little run.
Full
of
circle.
People, so.
And final
Me
thing
and
was
DJ were carrying your whole family to the Lighthouse.
Yes. Yep, it was you. Yes, it was you three. Yes, correct. And we got there, then everything kind of worked itself out. It was one of the best Sherpas in the clan, absolutely hilarious. Some of the funniest raid call-outs involved Disciple you will ever hear. Bloody Chicken Fingers, shout out to that. And that's the story there. And here we are. We've made it to the last word.
And I'm super
never
happy
forget my relationship with my father is one of the call-outs.
Yes.
Bloody Chicken Fingers?
No. The one where it's like the father and then the child and
hole in chest.
I can't.
My relationship with my father, the one with the hole in chest. I think I call how I feel at any given moment. That one. I think that's true.
I can't.
I think this is turning into a therapy session more than anything.
Therapy session. And
all my call-outs are deeply personal. So
yes, stages in his life. And then the final thing for E is he actually met the gentleman, the DJ at GCX. We all linked up and we all made it happen. So shout out to Back for that up in there too. See, he was there too.
Who was also at GCX, yeah. And E, thank you for being so friendly at GCX because you didn't have to be friendly to us at all, and you took us in, so it was good. So
absolutely.
Thank you.
No, I mean,
I know other people.
You guys are friends of these. If you guys are friends with these two, then you're good. You're good company.
I wouldn't call
that's
him
easy.
He's a work acquaintance.
I guess he's a work acquaintance. I like that.
All right. Well, if you're friends with Cog and you passed his tolerance test, then I'd say you're there. Yeah, if you passed his tolerance test, then I feel like we're all right there.
Well, we powered through, and the goodness of the clan prevailed. DJ's awesome. That's my dude right there. That's the Destiny bestie.
All right. Well, I think everybody now knows a lot about DjOros and the connections to you guys. No, that's part of the fun. Destiny. We are actually playing this every so often, some more than others, some more than we should. We are in the middle of Festival of the Lost right now, probably right smack in the middle of it, actually. So Travis and I got to talk about it last week. If you guys heard our thoughts, we definitely had opinions, and we'll probably have a little rehash of that. But I wanted to pass it over to the man who wasn't here last week first, Cognito, to get his thoughts, his barometer. Where is he landing on this so far? Is he partaking? Is he boycotting? I gotta know. Where you at on Festival of the, I'll call it Lost for now.
So yeah, I've watched no videos, have no context, completely missed the twab. So I just fired it up. Okay, let's see what they're doing this year. So the first thing I noticed, obviously, DJ, I went straight over to Eververse to see what's going on with the robots.
Steal my thing.
Yep, I went straight over. I was like, let me see where that Gundam is at. I'm very disgusted that as a Warlock, I can't front. Titans got it this year.
Titans did, 100%. Yeah,
Titans got it. And I need that Titan skin. But I thought I would be able to buy like a bundle for all three classes kind of thing.
Oh, how you assume.
And no. So they didn't do that. But anyway, enough about that. So let's get to the event. Go over to, Eva. Okay, she's talking a little talk. All right, cool. Spooky season. Yeah. Tower's looking, spooky, cool. Jump in. All right. Okay, so this is like a lost sector, a little spin on it. So it's like, basically run to the point, can capture the point, get popped in the air, the headless thing comes in the thing, kill the headless thing, rinse, repeat. And then I'm like, okay. And then we did this a bunch of time, and then like Big Vex came out, and then he had a shield, and it was like, okay, throw the pumpkins at the shield. Boom, okay, cool. All right. And this just kept going on. And then we killed 10 of them. And it was like this weird pause. And I'm like, why am I waiting for a timer? I was like, yo, something's wrong with my
Hold
game.
on. A little caveat to this. Did you play this event last year?
I did not.
Yeah.
So I'm like, what's this timer thing? Why am I okay? So here we go. We just gonna have to wait. I see people just getting down and emoting in sitting positions. I'm like they know what they're supposed to do, and clearly I don't. So I'm like, all right, cool. I'm running around searching for things, picking up candy on the floor that I've been. So then, the boss comes out, and that was that. And it was like, get the page, and then you take the page to the thing. And then I was like, okay, I got me like a horror story and the other little gun and the sniper, and that was it. And I Festival of the Lost. So I was just like, wow, this is really Lost Sectors remixed. The commentary was cute. Glint was in there saying things about spooky things. But yeah, I was very surprised by this one. Just like, okay, this is, maybe we need the haunted sectors. I don't know.
You mean the Infinite Forest?
Yeah,
I think
I like that one.
They try to do something new. I will say this: I liked Idol, in the mix, from a voice actress perspective. But other than that, this was super light. So that's just where I'm.
What day did you do this, by the way?
Yesterday, literally.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So you did not play last year.
Correct.
That thing where you wait around for anywhere from 60 to damn near 2 minutes, depending on how fast you are. That was there last year.
Wait,
that was a known issue last year.
They said they were going to fix it.
And they said they were going to look into it and fix it last year.
There's no way.
Oh, damn. So the committee
Yeah.
upset, huh?
Also, this entire formula was from last year.
This is exactly the same thing as last year.
To the T.
I think they added one lost sector from last year.
So minus the voice acting.
Yeah, and they added a few Ido lines. Probably it.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, PlayStation money ain't clear yet. Gotta give us some.
Yeah, that's so close. Sony is almost there.
No. I was like, we're not even at the best parts. So when you logged in. Oh yeah. When you logged in and you talked to Ava, and you're like, okay, here's a little bit of candy. Here's your first spectral pages. Go check out the haunted sector.
Yes.
Go get your manifested pages. Come back, put them in the book. Cool.
Yes, sir. Mm-hmm.
So week 1, when you were gone in Ireland, you went to do that. You know those spectral pages?
Yeah.
When you killed the headless ones and then killed the boss and they converted, they vanished into thin air and you could not progress the quest for 10 hours. It was broken for 10 hours.
Wow.
You could stock up all your spectral pages, but if you went into the haunted sector, it just took them. And it did not give you anything. So that was broken for 10 hours. Then this Tuesday, when they did the hotfix for a couple things, it came back for that same bug, came back for about 4 hours.
Jesus.
From last week.
Ooh. Say been a good PR week, I see.
Yeah. And then if you go to the challenges, they want you to run. For one, if you want to finish the book, it's 194 pages. So at a minimum, it's however many you're going to do. And then to get one of the challenges, not even to gild the title, just to actually get the title.
Yes.
You have to run 35 of those haunted sectors. 35.
Okay. Oh, okay. 35 for the sectors. All right. Yep. Yeah, damn. So literally I came right after the patch. So I missed.
You missed both bugs. Both bugs.
Wow.
Last week's bug, this week's bug.
Better.
It gets better.
Yeah, what am I feel like I'm forgetting something else.
You're forgetting one thing, which is that one of the only changes they made this year is that now you have to pay to get
the event card.
The event card.
Which I love.
It's basically the exact same event, except for they added a $10
Well, they put it. Okay,
paywall.
I think they took stuff that was in Eververse and they just bundled it in a little package.
Did they?
Well,
Or
you
did they
weren't
just
getting
add
anything from Festival otherwise.
I mean, that's hardly a compliment.
I'm not saying you were, but I'm just saying they just put it in a different place. It's still Eververse. It's just like
they found another way to.
It's just a bundled It's just an Eververse bundle. Is all it is. It's like a consolidation sale.
Isn't that stuff not sold in Eververse separately?
I mean, correct. I think. Yeah. I don't...
So what they did was they just did the same thing they did last year, but they added more things to pay for.
Yeah.
And then put it in the bundle, but it's the exact same event.
Yeah. If you just wanted the candy apple shell, though, you would have to partake in the event. You couldn't just go buy the shell. That is correct.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I love
DJ
in this game when you have to just you grind and work for with real hard money to buy things in this game. It's my favorite part of Destiny. Really,
Right.
I don't want
to. This is actually interesting because I don't think we have many wallet warriors on the show.
Wallet warrior.
Yeah, and I'm
DjOros is
seal.
DjOros.
Look, he is not a hunter or a titan or a warlock. All right,
I'm a warlock main.
No, he's not a warlock.
No,
main.
now I'm a titan main. Actually,
this guy is an Eververse.
So he can't decide. I think Travis had it
He
right.
is an
Anyway, continue,
Eververse
Travis.
main.
Oh, okay.
Eververse main.
He's an Eververse main. That is.
Is
his
there a
character
title for
class.
that?
It is his identity.
Yeah, when you
is his
spent
identity.
$1,000 in the Eververse store, they give you a gold crown.
I want you
I'll
to try to
take it.
guess how much money you've spent in Eververse, DJ. I really do.
Oh,
This is a
my
public
God.
podcast, so I might be careful that your wife is listening.
Yeah.
What was this?
She
I muted myself.
Yeah, he
hear it?
muted that. Yeah, I totally. Yep,
I
got
didn't hear
that.
any of it. Yeah, it's so
Yeah.
great. No, I like it. A lot in the Eververse. But it's so good every time. The emotes.
So from the
there's so much.
perspective,
Look at right now.
from the perspective of a wallet warrior, how would you rate this event in terms of it meeting your favorite thing about the game, which is spending real money on fake things?
On an IGN scale, 10, pretty much 10.
Great.
Yeah,
Okay.
You
Yeah,
got
I
robot
love it.
armor.
By the
You
way,
got
to keep doing
horse sparrows. I
mention
mean,
this.
come on.
I
Like,
forgot to mention this about DjOros. This is actually great content.
This is
which
awesome.
is that
oh, you wait,
when I
everybody.
I review a
There
lot
we
of
go.
review a lot of multiplayer games. And when I do, they give me multiple codes and they say, Travis, find some people to play this game with you for the review. And sometimes I'll just pull in random people I met online and be like, do you want to help out with an IGN review? Just agree to this NDA and I'll capture your content and you can help me beat it. And I've done that with DJ a few times. DJ criminally overrates every game he's played.
Oh,
And it's led me to believe that
Oh,
has
is
played-
he one of the ones who gave Gotham Knights a
optimistic.
9.5? Is that you? Is that you?
No, he didn't invite me.
He
Okay.
probably would. I don't think he's played it. But my running theory is that DjOros has only played like 12 games in his life. And because his limited perspective, every game he plays, he's like, oh my God, this is amazing. This is the greatest thing I've ever played. So he is
Fall Guys
tailor
have
made.
fun.
Like if he wrote reviews for IGN, the
Fall
meme would
Guys.
be real. Like actually the meme would be real of like us overrating things. Cause like I think we what game did we play together? Was it Dungeons and
We played
Dragons?
Hood.
Dungeons and Dragons. That was the game I gave a 4. And you were like, oh no.
Oh,
No, this is a 7 easily. This game like barely
Whoa.
ran. It like
I think I said 6.
so many times.
Oh, that the Dungeons and Dragons last year that was
Yes.
yeah, that
The
looked
one
real
last
bad.
year that was really bad. And he was like, no. I was like, DJ, you are not
Only
world. You are
only
too
because
pure.
it reminded me of Champions of Norrath, and I loved it.
He's
So,
too pure.
hey,
You know?
DjOros is
Hilarious.
one of those people who looks at the world with rose-tinted glasses all the time. I mean, some people are just going to be a glass half full kind of guy. Not everybody's going to be like that glass has poison in
He's
it.
literally
Like
you're
Travis is the
opposite.
glass has
Yeah,
poison in
you
it,
guys
and
are complete
DjOros is
opposite.
like
Yes.
that is the glorious looking water.
I agree.
I say the glass is half full of piss. That's how I view the world. Okay, so but here's
It's
the
still
thing.
liquid.
It's still liquid, correct? Then there's your optimism showing.
And there's the optimism. There it
And
is.
I'll give you this. It's good to play with people like DjOros. The guy who has served DjOros's role more recently is Richard Hogue, who's been on a lot of my.
Really?
I gave him my copy of Gotham Knights and played with him, and he was like, "Oh, Travis, you're being hard on this game. It's a 7." And he hasn't finished the game yet, so his opinion doesn't matter. But he tweeted and said like, "Oh, it's a 7, right?" And I'm like, "No, it's not." But it's good to have those people when you're reviewing, so you can get their perspective and kind of hear their thoughts on what they liked about it. But he's not fit to be a reviewer. This guy. Sorry, DJ. I love you. I love you, but. Sometimes friends need to be honest with each other, and
listen, Travis. Next one's the one. Is all I'm saying.
Next one's the one. That's the optimism. That's right.
Yeah, there it is.
That's his catchfish, by the way. Anytime you do a rating,
bro,
this is the one.
That's why he's
getting the exotic.
One of the most fun Sherpas to go, because literally, I gotta say this for my boy. Gotta say this for the bestie. There's times when when you're doing an activity and the morale is broken. And it's just like everyone keeps failing. You see that death screen, that wipe screen, and like we turn it into things. Like, and it's like either the DPS battles. DJ is the guy that keeps everybody's energy going. He's laughing, he's silly, he's emoting over the place. He's just a hilarious person and cool person to ring with. And that's why clan member Destiny Bestie, my guy right there. Salute.
I will tell you. I think he's so optimistic that poster on his wall is him just hoping that circle is going to complete.
That's right.
I got a new one.
The red ring of death. He's like, oh, that's it's just It's just got one more part to finish. That's all it is.
I gotta say, I am very surprised you're an Xbox fan, DJ, because you started during the Xbox One era.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah,
I barely played that.
No. I did have a 360. I'm sorry. I don't know if Xbox 360 was Halo 3. I did that a whole way through. And that was good. And that's why I have, obviously,
Red Ring of Death. Yeah,
okay.
We've all been
Did
there.
you get the Red Ring of Death? Real talk?
Only once out of my 2 consoles.
Nice. I still have my day one Xbox 360 and it is never red ringed. I have no idea.
Did it live in a wet rag like to stay cool or whatever people did?
I used that thing in dorm rooms and dragged it all over college with me and stuff, and it just never died. I don't know. All my friends died. And then the ironic thing is that I bought a PlayStation like later in its life cycle, I think to play Heavy Rain, and it broke after 2 weeks.
Oh damn!
My PS3 crashed on me, but my Xbox 360 never did. It's just weird.
That's so weird.
Yeah, that's bad luck. I think I was like just taking it back where we were in Festival Lost.
Oh my god, that's right.
Yeah, we were talking about that. Just outside of Everside, DJ, where are you just on? How much have you played? Have you been light on it? Have you gone heavy on the challenge? Just what is your actual, not Eververse take, what is your actual take on the activities and challenges and what they set forth with us this time?
Oh, so I think they're all great. I love the challenges. I love all of those things. But I'm not going to play it until probably we have 13 more days or something like that. Almost like, not this reset, but the following one.
Yeah.
So I'll start playing around Sunday, the following week, and I'll do all of the things that I need to do for this event right then. And Ducky will be with me because that's what we do for almost everything.
My God.
We wait till like just before reset, 11 o'clock, and then the servers will go down. And I'll be like, why did they do this now? And that's so right now. Right now, yeah. Don't you dare! I have it. But yeah, I did it a few times. I thought it was like, oh, this is great as far as like what they have in there. But I actually really prefer the Haunted Forest. Right? Is that what it was? Because it seemed like it was challenging.
Yeah.
Like you're like, oh my god, we got 15, and it was cool. And I kind of wish they would have just like built on that rather than be like, go do these lost sectors. You guys love lost sectors. They're awesome. But other than that, I mean, I'm not going to do it until it's, not buggy, not messed up. I watched this YouTuber, Ebontis, and he keeps telling me that all of everything's bugged. So don't even do it yet. And I'm just going to procrastinate. I'm going to keep doing raids and try to work on my Conqueror seal. And then once it's all fixed and good to go, I'll jump into haunted lost sectors. So yeah.
Cool. Salute.
It's a nice take on it.
Mm-hmm.
No, I mean, just for me, it's been this season, and I've been kind of watching some of the Destiny Twitter and stuff. It's just, and even Skill Up, I think he said it today to somebody who I hope we could ever get on this podcast. Love to chat with him.
His reviews are too long.
I'll call my people.
It's a different style of review, but I appreciate all the a few.
Worst style.
Wow. Maybe
Oh
you
my
maybe
God.
you won't be on that episode. That's fine.
Maybe.
Oh,
Coming
Are
up the
you
bench?
raising your
You just
hand?
coming up
here?
the bench? You just coming up the bench?
I got in. I'll come in.
Oh,
I mean, I think we knew that when we brought DJ on the show, it was going to be my last episode. I think that was always right.
Oh, Travis, we'll miss you.
DJ being always a breach of contract.
We'll miss you so much. You're great.
no, what I was trying to get to is like where the season is starting to basically culminate for me is what started out as some cool things. They have dragged me through so many times, and then it's like I feel sort of like the Teddies, the Scarrows, like the achievement chasers, because they'll like Teddy especially. He'll play as much as he can at the start, check all the bosses, and like be able to step away for a little bit, and then the way the seasonal challenges this season have been set up, you've got, hey, here's a seasonal challenge where you need to get 10 ruffians to get like the repute, which is part of like the war table. And all of a sudden the 10 ruffians, you can barely get those to spawn unless you sabotage your teammates, which is a thing. And then in week 10, you need to get 10 more ruffians, which is separate and it's not retroactive. And I'm just going, so then you get to Festival of the Lost. You're like, it's the same thing. Whether it's a 90-second wait where I sit there, I literally have an emote where I'm bashing a metal pan into my head. That's my bored emote. I have that one, and it's fitting perfectly right now.
Getting a lot of use this past couple.
Yeah,
weeks,
yeah. And you do that, and you're like, okay, so that bug's there. And then we had the bug on Tuesday. It's like in the middle of my stream. I'm like, well, okay, now what do I do? Bug on Tuesday. And I'm like, okay, you're killing me. And
not
it's a feature. And then it feels like to me. And I was actually talking to Teddy about this a little bit offline, just because I was like sending him a message. He's like, I have thoughts. I was like, ooh, let me hear. So we traded some DMs and stuff. But I feel they are leaning so heavily into the data metrics of engagement lately. Like, build everything to make sure it's this. This thing isn't going to be retroactive. Nope, it's not retroactive. So you got to go do it again. It's like so many things are like, you need to put more time in our game this week. And it's really starting to take a toll this season. For whatever reason, it's all just coming together between the bugs, the ruffians, the fact that like you have to spend a lot of time in expeditions, which are like okay, but then Catch Crash, you go do it like 3 times, and you're like, okay, now you can go run this other thing over and over again, and you got to go do the basic playlist stuff to fill up everything, whether it's the haunted sectors. And I know I sound like I'm like complaining and Mr. Whiny Man right now, like the ambulance is here.
Yes, this is the E. I've been waiting to emerge. Welcome. He's reached his butterfly form. He's come out of his cocoon of toxicity. Join with me, E. Join.
Do it.
It is just, and again, that's why it's like the balance of, I mean, granted I make content on the game, so part of it's like self-inflicted, but like the idea of something like Vampire Survivors, I'm looking forward to Plague Tale Requiem. But even for me taking a break and balancing it out, I'm trying to think of like the average player. Oh, we got some more advertisements. Thanks, guys.
Welcome.
Yeah, little
Guys,
right when I'm in the middle.
Grab that website. Let me grab that website real quick. Hold on.
I agree.
Me too.
Talking about how much he dislikes the game is #TenderHot.
No, but I feel like there's a point they are leaning very heavily into, hey, if we have them do this and then make sure we get some time in the core playlists, this rotation will keep them occupied to where they need X number of hours in the game. And I worry that I feel like the activities are being built more around X number of engagement hours metrics or whatever. And they are leaning like less away from just like the fun, because an average person who plays this a few hours a week hit walls many places this season just to try and do there was a point you couldn't do the story weekly quest, or if you were going to do, and then you're like, okay, they're trying to push master Catch Crash. I've gone on to Bungie.net and gone to find fire team, made a fire team. That system I will actually give it. If you like create a fire team, people in there, send invites, pop, they all pop in. I'm like, that actually works pretty well. But the fact that I have to go to Bungie.net to do that, and it's basically with no mics on, and we go do a master catch crash, and I'm like, you can't just turn on matchmaking on that same activity and let me click it in game and let it find some people for me. Put a minimum requirement of like 1590 or something, whatever you got to do on there, and let people join in. And there's very little that you would have to change. You're not going to go to the reason I say that is because you've got challenges that are either drastically different from Master Catch Crash, like do 1 or do 10. And then you've also got the idea of, you'll either do expeditions over here or you can do Master Catch Crash. I'm like, there needs to be they need to take a second and I feel like pull back on the amount of time that they're asking people to put into this game, because I don't mind playing, but it does feel like they're pushing so much on like checking engagement metrics that I feel like they're losing some of the fun in the process.
So I have a little bit of a different view on this. I know Teddy talks to me about this as well, about how they're all about engagement. I don't know if that's true. I feel like they've always wanted you to play as much as they want currently. I just feel like on a long enough timeline, there's burnout, especially if you're a content creator and your entire life is Destiny, or if you play a lot of it. And so I don't know if it's worse now or if you've just been doing it for longer and every year it just wears away at you. And you're probably playing even more now, since you're full time with this. And the other thing that strikes me is oh crap, I lost my thought.
He was on fire. He was about to cook.
Yeah,
I felt it.
I had a really interesting
gem.
I could jump in if you want while you're getting it back.
Yeah, go. I'm gonna get back.
No, I mean the thing I was thinking about. I see where he was going from. I think for me, the elephant in the room right now for me is we got to talk about the stability of this game. The foundation, I feel, is okay. Yeah, I just feel like for the first time, I am concerned because this has now been a trend for a couple of seasons where we foundationally something's not working. Now, get it. We understand when there's a new expansion that comes with live service, right? New expansion, first day, you try to jump in servers, that comes with live. I don't get on them for that. But I feel like more and more, this is not working as intended. Outside of like a single exotic here and there, it's starting to become like multiple things. And I'm just concerned about the foundation, the team that's left, that live service team that's still left to deal with the day-to-day maintenance during the seasonal period. It does feels like something's going on. So I don't know, maybe they're spread too thin. And this comes out, maybe to Travis's point, which is they got a lot going on. We know it was with NetEase, and then they got the marathon game now.
Yep.
We didn't even talk about that, right?
Brain drain is coming.
You know what I'm saying? There's a lot they got going on. And then obviously their aspirations, they want to get into, whether it be TV and film or some things like that. I mean, who knows what the Stadia effect is having? We'll get into that. We gotta check on Stadia time. We gotta check on Stadia. We gotta all of us have to check on Stadia time, see what's going on.
Poor banana.
Yeah, with our favorite banana over there. But I'm just concerned about spreading too thin and foundational support. It does seem shoddy. I gotta be honest. And I love those guys, but it does seem feels that way.
Yeah, so I agree with what you're saying, Cog. I think it's the fact that we've been doing it for so long and they haven't changed the formula. The fact that the core playlists, so I saw somebody in the comments said that the core playlists haven't really changed. That's definitely part of it. I also think that it's not really that they want you to engage. My personal opinion, I don't know if they care that much about engagement because they're not really answering to anyone right now. It's not like they have to hit the metric or the board will fire them if they don't have certain engagement numbers. I really just think it's the players asked for this. There was a time where I would go into the Bungie headquarters and talk to them about, why they took certain things out of the game or why they simplified certain systems. And everyone was telling me the same thing. We want to take away the homework from Destiny where you feel like you have to play every week and do the same things. We want players to have a better relationship with Destiny and not have to log in all the time. And at the time in my life, I was like, oh, why would they ever do that? Like, I want to play Destiny all the time. And now I've done a complete 180 and I don't want to play Destiny as much as possible because I want to like the game. I feel like the problem with all of this grind that Ebontis was talking about is they're trying to meet player expectation of I want to play this game every single day. And you can't do that with new content. You can only do it if you give lots of things to chase and those things are grindy. And so it's not that the game is more grindy by requirement. It's just more grindy if you want to make this your life and if you want to get every single seal. If you're like Teddy and you want to get every triumph, it's worse than ever. But that's because players asked for it. Players looked at Destiny 2 vanilla and the early expansion days of Destiny, and they said, this isn't enough. I can't log in every day like I did with Destiny 1 and play every single day. You didn't give me enough stuff to chase. And now we have a ton to chase, and players are like, oh, I'm exhausted. It's too much to chase. And so the only advice I could offer is like, play Destiny to the amount that you enjoy it and then stop. And if you feel like you're stretching yourself, dude, reviewing games is the best thing ever because it forces you to go and play other games. And the crazy thing about playing other games is when you play other stuff, you realize the world isn't all about one game that you really like with your friends. There's a million experiences out there and tons out there, and tons of them are so good. And it's good to get a breath of fresh air. And I'm sure you feel that way with the variety streams you do and that sort of stuff. So I just feel like people maybe put too many chips in Destiny's basket. And I think it's probably a good thing that Destiny lets you play it till you're sick of it and it has all these things you could grind for. But I think there's a feeling in the community that this content is mandatory, which is not true. You don't have to get every seal. You don't have to guild Festival of the Lost and all that stuff.
Don't let Teddy
I
hit
know, exactly. But that's my thing is like,
don't
the
tell
Teddies of the
Ducky.
world, they're doing it to themselves. And I'm just like, just let go.
And it's like,
let go of this stuff.
I 100% agree where having a healthy relationship with Destiny, it's tough as a content creator, and it is also typically self-imposed. I did it for a while, started to mix more variety in, definitely got to be better. My issue actually with this season specifically has been some of the choices that they make where they punish you for being... It's the punishment for being efficient.
Yes,
the punishment for working in advance, like Teddy would, because, as I said, Teddy like went out and probably, just like Scarrow, because I watched him do a video, and he's like, this is how you can get all the ruffians. You can sit here, here's the timer, you can do those things. Okay, they took the timer out of there for whatever reason. And then they bumped up the spawn rate by 7%, which is just the most arbitrary buff that means absolutely nothing. But then, week 10, after most people would have grinded everything, here's 10 more ruffians you need to go do, and it's not retroactive. That is a choice, because they have plenty of things when I switch to week 10, and it's like, check. And you're like, okay. And maybe it could be the total of X number. Maybe it was a total of 25 ruffians for the season, which some people would have hit, some people wouldn't. But it wouldn't be 10 more just because.
But you don't have to do that to get to the story, right? You're not getting gated behind some like great gun or piece of armor or a story clip.
No, but you did have to do that exact thing earlier in the season for the story, though. You had to kill whatever week it was for one of those repute, and it was for it was for the story. You had to go kill champions for the actual quest progression. So that was yeah, it was like go.
Is that the one where they said kill 50 and then they changed it to not 50?
Oh no, they auto completed it. It was 50 champions. Yeah. So those are the ones where
I feel like they're taking away barriers of entry for the stuff that feels like it is mandatory. Like,
but in their mind they want to try. But in their mind they want to try that. They want to be like, hey, here's 50 champions this week. We're gonna get people to go try and do some harder content this week, and the whole community is like, what the hell are you doing? And then they go, check. Here's the box done for you because we misjudged this, but we wanted to see if it would work. And this is the thing, like, if I sat down with the seasonal team, like, we had Tom Farnsworth on here, and if any of you guys at Bungie are watching, don't take all of this in the wrong way. We've had Tom Farnsworth on here and talk to him, and it's like, totally passionate, really excited about what they do. This is the Alpha and Omega, I forget which team they're on right now. This is the other team. If I sat down with them, it's like, hey, when they're making Catch Crash, or they're making Expedition, they don't want to make those things feel grindy. They're like, hey, here's this thing, you defend this, you got these... Like, then I've got the moats. These are the, mechanics that we've got we can use. We're going to do it a couple times, have some champions come in. They don't intentionally make those things to be like, I want to pull my hair out frustrating. But somewhere along the line, the activity that started at, here's this little treasure hauler for plunder that we're going to, like, move along and get to the end and have its progress, turned into, here's these ruffians that only spawn at X number of minutes, but if you're too efficient, it's not going to happen. Then we're going to make like challenges that require you to hit 50 here throughout the season, 250 total champions for the season, and then you can still get to the end of the season and still need to get 10 more. There's a disconnect between, I feel, those things. You have somebody's making like, hey, this could be a cool activity themed around pirates. We got treasure, we got plunder going on, we got some ruffians for champions and saboteurs. I'm like, cool, thematically, all makes sense. I get it. And then you go look in a story where it's like, go kill 50 champions just to see what's going to happen in the cutscene this week. And that's where I feel some of these moments this season for me have like kind of piled on to what could be feeling like, a little bit of burnout on my end. I get that. But there are other things that are like just, adding little straws to the camel's back right now. And it's not broken, but it is adding just these little, like, here's a little jab here, here's a little poke there of things that could have been done in a different way and would have gone over, I think, smoother most of the time. There are different choices that were made, and I feel like this season some of the choices took some of the fun out of the whole course of the season. That's my opinion. I talked way too much, so I actually wanted to ask.
I
enjoyed it.
I do think most of the climb they're adding is optional still, and the ones that are mandatory, they're very quickly taking it away, like the 50 champions correction.
Yeah.
But I honestly think a lot of this is self-inflicted by the players. The players have asked for reasons to play the game 100 hours a week, and I'm like, well, be careful what you wish for, guys. You got it. It's terrible, but you have 100 hours a week if you want to. So, but yeah, I mean, I think you're right. Like some of it.
The season of the man.
I
was like, we had a story the story this season. I don't think I enjoyed the Fallen History. I enjoyed like week 5 and week 8, but there were such little bite-sized nuggets of just the same thing for 6 of the 8 weeks. It isn't like adding to anything. I saw Lucky on Twitter. He's like, hey, what would you guys rank this season? Some people had it really low. Some people were like, here's some pros and cons, but they're like, some people had this thing really low, and it's like, I can see the perspective of like a very low score on this season, and sometimes the story save it, sometimes it's activity. This one's hitting me different this time, I feel.
Yeah, the good news is if you are the type of player who just pops in to play a little bit of Destiny when there's good stuff, you got in and out quick this season.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you got in, you saw
Tuesday was fast.
And you're off. You're off to just go. And I prefer that personally to them making mandatory long grinds where it's like, oh, I have to do like 3 of these events like every single week, and it takes a long time, especially when the squeeze isn't worth the juice. You know what I mean?
I feel that.
Juice is worth the squeeze.
Sorry, I talked too much. So I was like, Cog, DJ.
I like with this. I like.
No, I want to hear this. Yeah, this is good.
Like feisty.
This is like I can get some of it out now, so then I know if I make a video over this, at least I'll consolidate it later because I'm rambling right now. So sorry, I went too long, everybody.
Please, for as many times me and Trav done that to you, stop it. Anyway, as far as DJ, I wanted to ask you this because that specific question, because lately when we've been playing, I noticed DJ comes into like later part of the seasonal content.
Whoa!
And starts.
If you started this at like week 8, that'd be a whole different experience.
So I wanted to get your mindset lately with seasonal content. Like, how are you approaching this stuff?
So for seasonal, like I mean, that is how I play the game. I wait until the last minute. I say, hey, let's do all the seasonal stuff at the end. They fix all the bugs. They do now, which is different for content creation. Obviously, you need to be there as it comes out because it's not fair for you to be like, oh, it's broken now, but we'll fix it later. But that, I mean, for me personally, as just like a regular person who plays Destiny, is how I've been playing it. I just jump in. I'm like, okay, I've got a week left. Let me try to grind it out. I don't want to hear anybody talk about, the Iron Lord title, but that's. Don't you smile at them. But that is, again, how it's, for me, it's the easiest way to play. I mean, I work a lot. I play the game because I love it. And what is happening right now? It's ridiculous.
This past.
No. Wait, get in there. Can I get advanced GG? Let's go. Come on, one time. Oh, my camera is horrible.
No, this is the blood orange. I swear this is like an orange popsicle or like an orange crush, like soda, just like flat. Anyway, continue.
Is it?
10% off right
I
now.
want you
The
to know
lemonade is amazing though.
The
because
hydration,
when I'm
or-
drinking alcohol, yeah, the hydration. So I'm
Oh,
drinking
it's
alcohol.
a
drinking-
great
that
it's a
is my
great
chaser.
mixer. Yeah, it's a great mixer.
It's such a good chaser, or Crown Peach and some hydration. Don't. Okay, sorry. It's some good stuff.
A quick
yeah,
aside, my fiance
Yeah.
was trying to remember what that is that you guys have partnerships for. She was like, yeah, the thing that Ebontis and Cog have the partnership for, the steroid drugs. And I was
Oh my
like,
god.
oh, okay.
No, Travis.
I don't
that's
think
not-
that's what they are.
That's really not. Thanks. Can you please correct her on that? Or did you just like let
I did not.
Of
I
course
not.
you
I was
did.
like-
Of
I was-
course
I
you
was-
did.
I was
Those are
like-
so good.
I was like, yeah, of course, the steroid drugs. That's what it's called. That's what it says.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's
guys
why
are
they're so
great
much
for the
bigger than me.
steroids.
It's not this like natural thing, or it is.
I think that's what it is. But
Focus.
again, focus. Sorry. And for the seasonal stuff, it's rough because this is free. Besides the fact that if you want to pay the extra to get the candy apple and the little bit of extra emotes that you can get, it's like it shouldn't be broken coming into the game. I mean, we should be missing
Oh,
No.
something you grind for.
no, there you go.
But what I do?
Oh,
But,
you know, you froze. You froze for
You're
like
back,
a second. You
You're
were
back,
good.
baby. You're back. You know, you good. You good. Keep going.
But as far as the season goes, it's great. It's fun. It's just I don't know. I think this one is very, very, very low setting on as
Low
far
setting for
as
you.
all the
Okay.
ones we've had before.
Mhm.
I hope Donnie is great. I hope we're making cookies for days. I mean, I got the sweater on already. I'm ready for it. But like this used to be, go around, make cookie or give candy to this person, give candy
Right.
to this person, go do the haunted forest, because, and again, I think they just really dropped the ball trying to change the whole game with these lost sectors, and it's like it becomes grindy, and I know people don't like to do that. I think, right, Travis? I think, but like you don't want it to be horrible, and they've turned it into kind of that, and unfortunately, I will wait till next week when it's like crunch time for me, because I mean, ask Ducky, we got our challenge master Oryx checkpoint done like 3 minutes before they kicked us out, which again, my Bungie please is, can you just like make the things at 2:00 and then give us extra time? I love Travis. This is my Bungie please. Instead of cutting the season or the week out early, just do it at 2 p.m. or 1 p.m. Sorry, whatever it is.
It's like take
And
it
then
all the way
push
to
it back a
reset
wee
and
bit.
then have it go later.
Yeah, exactly. So let me have my time, because I'm expecting that, and let us start just a wee bit later. So that's it. Other than that, I mean, it's fun. It's candy. It's Halloween. I love it. I'm Bojack the horse this season, so it's fun. But
Yeah.
that's it.
I actually had a question about this.
Mhm.
Was something that struck me. So I've been doing Festival of the Lost like
Mike.
like an Mike.
Yep.
Mike,
Just talk
closer?
into it. There you go.
I've been doing a Festival of the Lost like an hour a day recently, and which is honestly unbearable at that rate, just having to do it though. But
I saw you on Gambit.
what I know, I did Gambit yesterday.
I'm about
I
to
actually
guild
played it.
Gambit.
Oh my god. Oh my god. What's wrong with you?
Lots of things are wrong.
Yeah. It's that steroid drugs.
Oh my god.
I'm
So
sorry.
It's an open label product, guys. Feel free to go read. His wife was mistaken.
what is candy for?
Nothing.
Literally just for those like grab bags of random legendaries. There is next to no purpose for that.
It blows my mind that we have come so far from the Festival of the Lost that candy, the main thing of the event, is now a useless currency that seems to have
I knew this was a currency
absolutely no
thing.
function. It's crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it has definitely changed.
I'll give you that, actually.
And yet you still need to collect 30,000 of it for a triumph.
Yeah, just arbitrarily though.
Yep.
But like that was the main thing. That was the main Festival of the Lost. It was like go around the planet, get candy, and then the candy unlocks the stuff. And now that's gone. It's just a random currency you get that gets you maybe some extra stuff. It's crazy. I was literally sitting in front of Eva Levante yesterday for like 5 minutes going, what is the point of the candy? Should I hold on to it? Do I need to save it for something? Is there something it buys? I was just like, it took me for like 5 full minutes to realize that candy is just completely useless.
Well, Martha Stewart
Crazy.
is, I mean, again, yeah, she's crazy. But again, like with you, they just try to change it. They like the currency with the candy, and then they're like, add something else. Let's do the pages. Let's do and it's always add another thing that nobody cares about. And then the candy goes by the wayside, just like all of the currencies on everything. It's tough. It makes it, I don't know, meaningless. And they just keep it in the game though, because what else are they going to do with it? So,
Yeah.
Well,
I
I'm
hear
trying to
ya.
wait for Cog to get back, but I guess I was like, for me, I am about
Left.
to.
It was too much Bungie slander. He
Yeah, that's
left.
fair. Yeah, the Bungie shill couldn't hear it all. No, but I like what I was trying to say is like Skill Up actually had a really good tweet earlier because he kind of described most of what I was feeling about this whole season like in one little tweet, and I was like, damn it. Sometimes he's succinct. He said, me starting a new Destiny 2 holiday event. Hey, this ain't bad. Some easy loot, fun activity, some nice cosmetics. GG. Me grinding my 35th Lost Sector to get the seal. This is the worst effing event. My God, I hate this so much. Why do I even play this effing game? It was like that's I think where like it just kind of a good summation is like what starts out as something fun. If you are trying to get there, and again, it's not required, as you said, of all things, but it's like, but where they put some of the bars, it burns through all the fun by the time you do get to the finish line. So it's been weird. So yeah, but I will say like the Macabre Sniper, they hand you a god roll. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but if you want to spend 2 minutes in the event, you are kind of set. You can get Jurassic Green with Incandescent. Actually pretty fun with that one. It feels pretty good just to have a pulse rifle with that. And then what you can get Kill Clip on Werewolf, and auto rifles actually feel okay at the moment now. And so there's a couple decent rolls. And I will say when you do the Lost Sector, they throw like 2, 3, 4 guns at you. They are really generous with those, which is nice. If it was just like maybe 1 gun at a time, I would be a little annoyed. But at least when I run those every time, it's like 2, 3. Sometimes I've had 4 guns drop. I'm going, all right, at least they're showering me with loot. But yeah, it's kind of one of those things. So it's been okay, but I think we probably beat the dead horse of Festival of Lost enough. We do actually have some other stuff to talk about, so trying to make this the longest show in the world. Biggest thing we've got is crafting updates coming. Some for Season 19, and then also some goals for Lightfall crafting updates that they're working on. Next season, this will be kind of the first topic, is deep stone crafting. And they've actually got the weapons, the legendary weapons from Deepstone Crypt. You will be able to craft all of those. It's going to take X number of deep sight frames, probably 5 since it's a raid. And those are going to be available to earn next season. Also, if it is the featured raid, you will be able to run it as many times that week to try and get all of your craftable frames as possible.
Yeah, agreed.
I've done that raid a lot.
Oh no, you are a perfect example of why I wanted to have you on here tonight. So this is part of the reason why. They also said they're kind of excited about some of the perks. They're going to have like they wanted to keep some of the good stills like reconstruction, recombination on the sniper, but also add some fun ones like the posterity hand cannon, volt shot, and rampage, the scout rifle, rapid hit, and incandescent. So there are some cool options that sound like they're there, but I was actually sitting there kind of doing the math at one point of like, okay, so it would seem like we're going to be getting maybe some of the older raid stuff slowly put back in, but it doesn't seem like it's, and I was like, all right, let me do the math. And then Kujay basically did the same thing. He just had it written out. So this is what this theoretically could go as. Season 19, you get Deepstone Crypt craftable weapons. Season 20, we're going to have the Lightfall raid, whatever those raids, then you're going to have those weapons. DjOros, come back. You messed up the.
He went to go. Hey, look. He and Cog have to take their mandatory union break.
It's fine. All the windows moved. You're fine. And then season 21, theoretically, maybe they like rejuvenate the Vogue weapons since there's not a raid that time. Season 22, whatever the reprised raid that's going to be in there. Maybe season 23 is Garden. Maybe in Final Shapes raid, season 24. Last Wish, maybe they reinfuse those in season 25, and then whatever reprise raid in season. And you can literally, like, you can plan this whole next 2 years out of, like, by the time we get to season 25, finally, like, Last Wish is getting, like, an influx of weapons, and I'm going, I literally just saw the next 2 years of Destiny, like what part of the crafting cycle right there. And I'm going, but on the other side, Travis is the perfect person that I wanted to ask on here because you ran that thing 86 times. I forget the exact number.
82, I think.
Yeah. You have put more time into that raid than you cared. You probably have your god rolls from that raid. And now they're like, hey, now you can go get better perks, craftable, enhanced perks if you go back in, and then now you got to get 5 of the frames on each of those weapons. For somebody who has put the time in to go for god rolls, to now see them take an old activity and polish it up a little bit, I wanted to get your thoughts, and your face is real fun right now. But no, so that's like, you are the perfect person to ask because you probably burned out on that raid. Now this is a piece of next season. How do you feel about this?
I don't think this ever was for me. I'm not really a god roll hunter that much. I mean, I get a few. I try to have like one weapon of each archetype that I feel like is god roll-ish, which is super easy to accomplish. And then really the only thing I grind for are the stuff that that might affect the meta that you really need. Like I try to get all the catalysts and all the exotics and one of each weapon, so that's good enough and that sort of thing. But I was never going to run a raid over and over again to get a god roll or to craft a weapon. I'm not that person. I want to like Destiny. I really do. I'm trying so hard not to hate this game. And every time I get close to having a good relationship with the game, then they launch a Festival of the Lost or something like that and make me lose my crap. So I will not be doing this, and I don't think I would have done it even if I had done the raid 12 times, just because once you get Teddy's like he hates this game. Teddy's saying that because last week there was a point in time where I just messaged Teddy out of the blue and I was like, dude, Destiny's just a shitty game. Like, I hate it. Like, why do we play this game? Why do we spend all our time on it? Like, just was like really upset. And I think it was because it was something Festival lost. I was just like, this sucks. Like, this is just so bad. I don't know why you'd play this. But yeah, my patience for Destiny is an all-time low, as it is for a lot of us. So I really want to have a positive relationship with this game. I swear to you.
But you're doing the right things. You're using moderation. You know when pull out so that
when the parting makes the heart grow fonder. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. I know what you mean.
I feel I don't know who this is for, but I'll tell you this much. There are a lot of people in Destiny who want more reasons to play and are saying, I'm already out of content. Ducky is like, I'm out of content. Teddy already has every triumph in the game, so he probably wants more things to do. And guess what? They're going to find more ways to make you do stuff. Is it going to be fun? No, because making fun content actually takes time and resources and money, and they can't do that. But they can give you busy work. Oh, they can give you busy work until the cows come home, y'all. So get ready for that. And I will not be participating.
Yeah, let me jump in. This one is different for me, but I think that I have a bigger issue. And for me, I actually don't mind, them adding the perk pools and I think, did you get the super chat, E? Because it was a good super chat, I believe, from SB.
Yeah, Robert. Hold on.
Yeah,
Robert Jones.
Yeah.
$5 super chat. Thank you very much, by the way. And there was one earlier. Yeah, I wanted to shout it out real quick. Charles Phelps. He's like, yay. Oh, he was just asking for live notifications. You're asking for notifications on these, as I usually make the stream beforehand. You can actually set a reminder on a live stream. That should help. Also, if you go to the little bell next to subscribe, between one of those two, I would imagine those probably have to help. But Robert Jones, they are removing some perks from the weapon pool. Why do they need to remove if the weapon is craftable? And my guess is because they tend to have set number of perks that they can have on a weapon, depending on their menu. Because now I know if some of them you have 2 pages, but I'm guessing they're just trying not to have 60 perks so they can still have somewhat of a curated selection so they don't break the game. Just a guess.
Yeah, just that. And then also some combinations might be a little too, you know what I mean? From a balance perspective, they don't want that. They want to control the types, because usually with raids they allow a thing like a firefly and something else, where in other things, other loot pools, they don't. But for me, like I said, I don't necessarily have a problem that I like the raid, so of course, that raid having a little bit more engagement to go back in it. That part's cool. I guess I'm assuming an origin trait is coming.
Yep.
What they call
Origin
it,
trade's
tech,
coming too,
whatever.
which
Okay,
does make
fine.
all the previous rules you had now just a little less.
Which gets to my point.
There you go.
And I told y'all, sunsetting is returning. I knew it was going to come back. They have snuck sunsetting into this game and no one saying anything. Every season, they have found a way, whether it be origin traits, craftable stuff. Your same weapon that you had the God roll is no longer the God roll. I came across this with Reed's Regret. And Ducky would know because how we call it? Weeds regret.
Weeds regret.
Weeds regret.
Weeds regret.
You guys smoking something over there? What's happening?
No, that's the inside joke. That's
what we say.
That's what we say. So it's like I noticed. I'm like, damn, I got fire in line. You know what I'm saying? Triple tap. I should be good. But what they do? They come with that Vice Stinger origin trait.
Oh, yeah.
Got me in there trying to grind trials for that specific role. And that's how it starts. And to Travis's point, I get it. Like, he's like, yo, Cog, I am not about that life. You go ahead with that. I'm not going to front. I am this guy. This is my destiny crack. This is to get specific combinations to see how it works. I love that kind of stuff. But yeah, overall, this is sunsetting. And I think this is, to your point, E, about the next season, which Ray is going to get the next, and to make it craftable.
I was like, we just planned it out till final shape.
Yes. Oh, and then the DJ gonna get his last wish, and then they gonna bring all those joints back. And then,
so here's the thing, though, is like, so now we're gonna have like Vow comes in, you can farm that for craftable stuff, and it's got more recent perks on it. Now we're gonna have Deepstone Crypt be a featured raid. That one's a good one to see. But then when Vogue, kind of, it's somewhere in the middle. Perks wise, they're not like perks are like not really new. There's no origin trade, I don't think. But again, it's like, but then you've got like Last Wish and Garden. When those are the featured raid, there's like 0 point to run them right now because this is coming for them later on. But this just sets like that featured raid rotation. Sometimes it's a good thing, and then now sometimes this is like just may as well not do it, which is it's weird. Now they can't pile 50 craftable weapons into one season, be like all the raids now have craftable weapons because everyone would pull their hair out trying to get them all. And it's like, that would be a force thing. But if they do spread it out, that like featured raid thing is slowly, and finally when you get to the one like the season before the last old raid that needs craftables, when it gets that feature raid, it's like just one more, and then finally Last Wish now has like amazing god tier perks from Final Shape or something. You're like, took you long enough, but then you're running a 7-year-old raid or something at that point. It's gonna feel weird when some of the old now they're, instead of Destiny 1 coming forward, now they're taking Destiny 2 content and reusing that to go forward. It's kind of what they're doing. So
sunsetting, y'all, it has returned very craftily.
And to be clear, it never should have left. Sunsetting is good for economies in video games, and it should exist, and players are just whiny. Especially Destin, champion of getting rid of sunsetting.
Really?
Called out. Yeah, dude. On Fireteam chat, that was like his big thing. He was like, sunsetting sucks. Why would my hard work get erased? And I was just like, yo, it should. I'm sorry, dude, but you can't have a sandbox that just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And I think Bungie laid out a very good case for why it needed to go. And then the reason it didn't work is because A, they didn't stick to their guns, classic Bungie move with Destiny. And 2, they implemented it terribly because they implemented it with the promise that, hey, we're going to get rid of stuff, but we're going to create new stuff to fill the void. And then they didn't do that.
It was at the wrong time. Yeah, they weren't ready.
They did reissues and they did not add new weapons. And it was like the worst possible way. And I think if they had stuck to their guns and waited a little longer to suss it out, or just like implemented it better, we would live in a much different and probably better world. But now they have to. You want to know why every weapon is underwhelming? Because it has to stay in the sandbox forever. You can't actually experiment and have fun and try new things that breaks the game a little bit, because then it has to stay in the game forever. So
Destiny 3. Sorry.
I mean,
that's the vote.
That's when you get around to, again, this thing that we talk about is like, like my worry about the seasonal bugs. Again, we don't know how much gets tested, how much bandwidth the live service team has, how it comes to. I'm still worried. Travis and I both are about the Lightfall expansion hitting in a 12-month window. How much polish is it going to have? Yeah, the teams may be growing. They have, they have a whole separate people working on it, but we had 13, 14, 15 months on the previous expansions. Now you're going to shove it back down into 12. I worry about that. We watch pieces of the engine. You fix a bug, you take one down. Now you break 2 more things like it's an old programming joke. Like all of these things, and then we joke about what is this going to look like by the time we're waiting for final shape. I mean, you're worried about, sunsetting kind of being there, but okay, it's in there, but it's not. And then it's going to be an interesting couple of years.
Yeah. I mean, these are the things and then remember, they just made the decree where they said they're not getting rid of content anymore on some level. Like it's going to stay, right? So then the game continues to get bigger. It's an interesting thing. I'm wondering how they handle it engine-wise on the back end. My main thing is what we said earlier. Foundationally is my main concern because this seems to be, getting more rampant, more, breaking.
Yeah, what was it? Gerfalcon's Hobrick, or however you say that. It was disabled for like 8 weeks. Yeah. The new exotic was disabled for half the season. Half the season. You had the auto rifle that you paid $100 for, basically, because you pre-ordered, and that thing was disabled for a couple different times right at its launch too.
Yep.
And those are things, as you guys are saying, launching broken things and then having to disable them. It's like, then why turn it on yet?
They're struggling. There's something going on in the back. This is unusually frequent.
Remote work?
Possibly. Yeah,
that's my theory.
It could be. There's something going on. But DJ, how'd you feel about the Deep Stone and these reprisals?
Well, what about that Sony budget though?
Yeah, I love Sony.
Wasn't that Sony budget? Wasn't that PlayStation budget supposed to fix all these bugs and bring us?
That was the Netty. That was the NetEase stuff. You're getting.
I hope they give them money.
They shut down Stadia for us. Like you don't see it at work.
Yeah, that's what happened. Cog's right. They killed Stadia for Sony, I think.
Back to the Deep Stone Crypt.
Deep Stone
Microsoft killed Stadia, so Bungie can't actually use that as a dev environment anymore.
Don't you dare.
Nice.
Okay, sorry. So what I love the fact that they're gonna make us play Deep Stone Crypt again. That's fun. I loved it. I did it too many times with people because they needed things. But I like to raid. So like that's for me that's like the end game. At least titles are cool. I love it, but hanging out with the people doing raids is like where it's at, right? Getting the things done. Ask Ducky about it. He does it anytime anybody needs anything. He'll jump into a raid.
And back for that salute.
Yeah, back will do it, especially Deep Stone Crypt because he's the
best
Deep Stone person. No, Cog, you stop that.
Back for that. Shout out to Back from Dead.
I don't think Back from Dead. I don't think there's anybody else who does Deep Stone Crypt better. He's on Twitch at sorry. Wait, what is this? Okay, so yeah. Get back. Back is great. Ducky's great. I just am excited that we're gonna run the raid again because I just going back to that content is great. I wish Scourge of the Past would come back. I wish we get Leviathan. That's not we'll get that in a few years, I'm sure, because it's all content that we paid for and we should get. But the big thing for me at least is that we get to go back into Deep Stone Crypt and run that raid with new people. Yeah. And I would love that it wasn't just for these guns. Mm-hmm. Guns that we've grinded for, guns that we all have a million of, right? How many that I've deleted because I don't look at god rolls. I've never looked at god rolls. I'm like, Cog, what's a good roll for this? And you're like, oh yeah, it's like I just deleted that. That's awesome. Mm-hmm. But I think the big thing is that they should add something else other than, oh my god, go back and get these craftable. Because as much as I love to craft weapons, we all know that I do perks and I do mods. Those are the things in Destiny that I do the best.
You clearly do not do that. You clearly do not do that.
No, I don't do any of those things. Right. So what I'm saying is, it should be something extra. And I think they should drop in like an emote or a shader or something that they don't have to sell in Eververse that isn't the, oh my god, go back and do this content because we want you to play the game for a god roll of a weapon that we've already introduced. Make it something like I loved doing the Leviathan dungeons that were they're like, hey, go get this emote that's sitting in the chair where you can be on a chalice like this and be like, oh my god, I'm super cute, right? And they could do that each season, and they could make us play content that is old by dropping those in there. Even make me pay the Eververse. Be like, hey, if you want to go get that content, like that emote, go buy it from the Eververse, and then you can go back and I'm sorry, Bungie, listen, please.
Do not listen to this man here.
Listen, I'll pay $5 to go back and play old raids to get a new emote. Okay, that's fine. RNG.
So all they got to do is get some emotes and DJs in.
Give me the ability to buy that emote after, not buy it.
After completion.
Give me the ability to get that emote after I get the completion of me holding a chalice while I'm sitting in a chair, right? But going back to getting god roll, 100%. But the god roll portion of stuff that we've already done is horrible.
Just shut it down before they hear this.
It's horrible.
Stop giving
you dare. Don't you dare. Let me do it.
All right. I think we've had quite enough bad takes from Rehab Ebontis. Let's go ahead and shut off his mic and let's get this segment moving on. Moving right on. What's next on the agenda, E?
Yeah, don't you you don't want god roll crafting weapons. It's ridiculous.
You want $5 emotes.
I will say a balance between what we're getting and what DjOros would like would not be bad. Don't go load up like, hey, Deepstone Crypt is back and here's 15 things in Eververse. That's not what I'm asking for. But also on the other side, I do feel
why not just put the emote in raids?
That's what I was about to say. Is like put some things
exactly.
Yeah, put an emote, put a shader, put a couple, put like an ornament set in there that you could go after as well. Like just those types of things. Give us other reasons to go back in there, so that way it's like, hey, the craftables happen while you're getting shaders, emotes, and ornaments and other things. That I would be okay with. Like that could be a fun way to do it. What about ornaments for all of these legendary weapons? Just make some skins for them. Like you could do some other stuff.
For Destiny, most people, the friend game is the end game. For DJ, the spend game is the end game.
Hey, there it is. He just got you. Okay, so yes. So Deepstone Crypt will be, when the featured raid comes around, going to be popular next season. For Nightfall, they said they are working on some of the pain points of crafting. So this is going to be February 28th at the earliest, if the date holds. I'm still expecting no, but we'll see. First, let's start with some of the pain points that we'd like to address. And what I want you guys to do is, how much of a pain point are these things to you? I want a 1 through 10. 10 is very painful. 10 is very painful.
Chart?
Yeah.
The face chart.
Yeah, how much pain is this? How much pain is this? Is this unhappy face, or is this like, oh my god, I'm gonna die pain?
Can you share the chart? Like can we screen share the chart and get it up here? Put it in the middle, and then we can. Just as a visual. I don't know.
I've got a way to do that. Hold on.
I could get it on my phone.
Pain chart, faces. If I can get kind of a square one.
This should be a segment. This should be a segment. Anytime we deal with something irritating, we're talking about like a bug that just came into the game, we'll do a pain chart measure, and we'll all just kind of say where we're at, how much it hurts. How much do those bugs hurt on the pain chart?
Like a 3.
A 3?
Like they're pretty bad, but like they're crunchy. So
Okay, can you guys see on screen?
Let's see.
Yeah.
Yes, that's perfect. Perfect.
Oh, hold on, it's not coming through.
Oh wait, hold on.
The green screen's definitely messing it up a little bit. Okay, I'm turning off my green screen.
We can see it.
We're good. We're good.
Oh, you guys can see it. I'm trying to give it. Hold on, I'm just gonna turn off the green screen for there. All right.
No, the world can see it.
Yeah. Nice.
Okay, so
here we go. Pain assessment tool.
Pain assessment tool. All right, deep sight weapons are far too common, which leads to some confusion over their value and vault stress. To a new player, it can be difficult to understand which weapons are actually craftable. Give me a number.
Okay. This is mostly a pain for new players because I know to read the text. However, people will remember that I found out on the show that not all
I was just about to
red
get you.
weapons are craftable. So I'm going to give this a 6, which is severe. Because it's on camera that I felt severe pain when I found out about this. So, and I'm a guy who's played Destiny for years, thousands of hours, and I didn't know that. So I'm gonna give it a 6.
I'm going 7. I'm going 7. This is so annoying. It's very annoying to me. I can't stand it. There's no like rhyme and reason why I'm getting this red border. And you think I just assumed when the crafting system dropped that every time you saw one, you could craft. And I was just like, oh, there's something that just doesn't count. I have to now look at this patterns section or whatever to find out what's added and what's not added and all this other stuff. Yeah, 7. Don't like it.
And then apparently DJ is an 11. Did you die?
I'm going to say 9 or 8.5 because immediately every time I get one, I'm like, oh my God, it's great. Oh, never mind. I'm not going to put this weapon on to level it up. No. It's
just to be clear, a 9 is like, it's right on the border of worst pain possible.
Yeah.
Like
it's horrible for me.
Getting your toenails
on stream on the
you
last
play
word.
hockey, right? Like you've taken some. Yeah, you just ate a bug. Stop eating bugs.
No, I'll eat another bug.
Right, anyway, so apparently, okay, that's where we're at. Okay, to an experienced player, deep sight weapons commonly end up in the vault simply for future currency, bringing more stress to inventory management. Travis? I feel this is not a high one for you.
Yeah, say it one more time.
To an experienced player, deep sight weapons commonly end up in the vault simply for future currency, bringing more stress to inventory management. Not a thing for you.
0.
Cog?
No pain. Delete it.
I still don't understand the point that you end up putting it in.
Some people
vault.
save them for currency.
Yeah, so that they can then grind them.
They have made some changes about this where you can delete them now. You get 100 instead of 300. So they have made that change, which probably has alleviated a lot of this, but still.
4. Not really. Not go crazy about.
DJ?
Yeah, that one's not bad. Like a 5, I guess.
Okay. Apparently, you
middle of the
you don't handle pain well. Apparently,
well, no, he handles pain. He handles pain extremely well because he plays Destiny and thinks it's good. Like, which is honestly best personified by his eating bugs. Like, he's just happy to be included.
Every day is a blessing.
Every day is a blessing.
Okay.
Wait, I will say this, E. That is a first world Destiny problem. It's like a streamer exclusive problem.
That's not even the thing I do. Like, honestly, I usually live at that 10,000 cap, and then it takes a while to get a weapon leveled up anyway. Have fun with your bug, dude. Weird man. Anyway.
Weird man. He regrets having this guy again.
It's something. No, but I was just gonna say, for me, like the vault stress of holding on to those, I clean that stuff out as I gave up on that a long time ago because it never really matters. I'm living normally at the cap anyway. And by the time you leveled on then you pick your perks and you test them out and you figure out. I've seen so many of those come through, and the fact that you can now delete and get 100, I'm good. Now to a new player, yeah, the confusion is real, so that's the thing. All right, next set of bullets. Deep sight weapons must be equipped for full currency extraction, causing friction with loadouts. That's kind of like the main, so you got 3 bullets. The goal of this was so that players would try out weapons they normally wouldn't to make the currency feel earned. Travis? Does the currency feel earned when you complete a deep sight weapon? It's a currency.
It does feel earned. It makes me upset. It's a currency.
What is your pain assist? Okay, it's a 7.
I'm gonna say 7 because I mean it does feel earned. You got that, but it takes too much to earn. Well, it's really not that hard. It's really just the fact that you have to grind for it at all that upsets me.
They turned the amount it takes down from 100 enemies to 40, so it feels better.
Yeah. And they also combine the currencies down to just 1. I got to give them credit for that. Actually, no, I'm going to change my answer. I think this is a 5. It's not that bad.
Okay. Cog?
8. I hate this.
Okay.
I hate it. Yeah, because it's it breaks. Sometimes I want to get on Destiny and play with the guns I want to play with.
Yeah.
Then I got to
Fair.
take some stupid sidearm and now it's level this thing up, or I gotta go to who's got the Shiro Chi checkpoint?
Exactly.
Who's got the
You guys
know,
actually do that?
Simple has it.
yeah, I actually don't do it anymore. My new hustle is Grasp of Avarice to start.
You're welcome.
Because
I
can't
just
you
go
just complete?
I mean, that's not
random
better to me.
activities and-
If I'm gonna have
I
something
love it.
if I'm gonna have something tedious, Shirochi's just more efficient. Either of them are tedious, and then you
Because-
have to fight with the wizards.
Primary
and-
though.
Oh, I got the wizards knocked out. You just you get your little rocket, little
Yeah.
galley, get them
Are
out
you
of
guys actually crafting enough to need these materials though?
No,
I think
I'm
I've
not worried
crafted,
about
like, 3
materials. No,
weapons.
it's just like leveling up a sniper rifle is really a long time unless you want to go to
Mhm.
like a hunter
Yeah.
super in Surochi. Like there's efficient ways to do it, but yeah, that's one thing I will say too, like random offshoot. Certain weapons, like to level them up, I feel like it's 100 kills.
Mm-hmm.
For like a pulse rifle, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna use it all the time. But like a sniper rifle or a shotgun, I'm like, that should be like 20 kills a level or something. Like balance some of those special weapons out because
I agree.
the amount of kills you get, the tedious nature of like using them, the ammo economy, all of those things do not need that much effort to level them up because again, it's a special weapon. The ammo is going to be lower, and then you're just burning through rally flags. So yeah, primary weapons, those, yeah, I'm going to use them enough. But the other ones, especially with bad perks, that's where it hurts.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
It's also somewhat of a byproduct of they had their multiple currency system. You just mentioned that. They said, "Wow, this is nice to have. We'd like for players." They said, "We'd like for players to want to try new weapons for other reasons, not just earning crafting currencies." So like that I feel is a positive, but it's kind of the main one there.
DJ, what was your score?
Yeah, what was your score on?
Like a 6. It's fine. Like
Okay.
I hate it, but I also don't hate it. It's fine.
Okay.
Farming an encounter like Surochi is very efficient for leveling. While this can be fun
That
for
I
some,
use.
I don't know who it's fun for. This is tedious and provides no useful benefit to the player or the encounter. There are no methods for increasing a weapon's level outside of equipping it. Now, this one, even for me, this is like 8, 9, somewhere. This is the pain point in crafting because here's this junk thing that you got to use, and you're like, yeah. So that's me. What about you guys? Give me a number.
9. Doug?
Oh, this is your highest one, Trav?
This is my highest one because
Oh.
I never do the Shirochi thing unless I'm working on a review for Destiny and I have to go fast and it's just like doing it. But like it is the most mind-numbingly upsetting thing to have to like do an activity you don't want to do that you don't need just to arbitrarily get around the issue they created. It's like if people are finding ways to get around your grind and doing things that are explicitly not fun to avoid doing the grind you've created, you have effed up. You have created a terrible system. And it's just like either make it fun or get rid of it. Like that's straight up. Like somebody had put in the chat that we should bring back Motes of Light so you can skip it. Why? If you're going to create a grinding system that you can just get by farming a currency, then you made a system that's bad. Nobody should want to skip your system. That's like getting a robot to play your video game, right? Like some people say like, oh, I created a bot that just like logs in and grinds for you. It's like, have we fallen so far from video games that we must outsource it to robots enjoying our recreational activity for us? Please, for the love of God, just make your game entertaining. So this is a 9, easy.
Dog?
I'll let DJ go. I want to hear his thought then before I make my decision.
I hate to say it, but I agree with Travis. A 9 because I have to be like, hey, simple, do you have this checkpoint? And then I jump in there and do the Shirochi, and it's horrible all around. I've never liked it. I don't want to do it. I've crafted 2 weapons, the Taipan and the Dad gun, the Amit. And that's it. Yeah, thank you. I knew you knew what I was talking about because it's great, and that's the only 2 that I've crafted because otherwise I'm just trying to get random rolls on things. But it's bad. I don't want to have to sit there and be like, I did this with Wendigo when you were trying to grind out that and you had to get grenade launcher kills.
Oh.
Very similar, but obviously different. But I did it for hours, and it was great that I got it, but it was also like, why am I just sitting here doing this while I'm playing the game to get this weapon? It's horrible. I don't want to sit in the blind well to shoot what is the exotic gun to shoot it. Just the the lion something, I forget. But it is ridiculous. I agree with Travis. I never will say that again.
You got to get the super chat.
we got a super chat here from Mr. Alex Nuche. DJ brought me back into the Destiny fold. Love you, bud. Great clanmate and great friend. But his random disappearing while in the game, 10 out of 10 on the pain scale.
Yeah, he's definitely
DJ, do you just disappear?
So here's the thing, DJ AFK.
Oh, literally just AFK'd on us.
He did that on purpose.
Listen, he is one of the worst people to play Destiny with. He AFKs, he eats and does not mute his mic.
Are you the Wheaties guy that's
that's simple.
He's one of those guys, and he is infamous for saying, we're going to hop on in 1 hour, and then you don't hear from him for 4 hours, and you're like waiting to hear from him to do it.
That's how I know
terrible, dude.
That's my
he
boy,
has
terrible, That's my
terrible video game etiquette, dude. He's like, it's honestly, in summary, playing video games with DJ is a little bit like playing Xbox with Comcast. It's really, really, really uncomfortable and painful. So I give that a 10 on the pain scale. Agreed.
All right. Well, the most painful thing of the evening is our guest. All right, continue. Moving on.
Hard agree.
No, I mean, I'm probably it's close to equipping, but a little under, probably 8 for me.
And they said there are no let's see. Last one they say is they want to make adept weapons outclass. They want to make adept raid weapons outclass regular raid weapons. Those are goals. Now these are those are the pain points. These are the goals currently that they have to try and shoot for upcoming changes for Nightfall. These are the goals. These are not like actual things that they don't have plans for these, but they've got some time. Reduce deep sight weapon hoarding. Introduce alternate ways to earn deep sight currencies. You guys, what do you guys where would you like to see that currency drop?
Glimmer.
Currency, you said?
That's what honestly, I'm with DJ. I was like, Glimmer, legendary shards, the stuff that we have already.
Yeah. Everything should be Glimmer.
I don't care. I've never had a problem finding enough of this currency, so 0 for me on the pain scale. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't have too much issue finding the currency either.
No,
where would I want it is the question.
Oh no, here I'm gonna take the pain scale away because we're done with that.
Okay.
Okay.
I thought we were still I know we still do a pain scale. Okay.
No, I was just trying to think. Where do you guys think that these theoretically these currencies now, if again, because the other piece that probably goes into all of this is starting in Nightfall, weapons that cannot be crafted will no longer drop with deep sight. So you're not going to be seeing, the Lunata Stasis bow drop with deep sight on it. That's not going to happen. So if they take all of those away, theoretically, and you won't see as many of those, where do you think earning deep sight currency fits into the game as an alternative?
Knowing Bungie seasonal activity, Gambit, Vanguard, Strikes.
Oh, I think bounties personally.
Bounties,
I feel like
gunsmith bounties.
Gunsmith is going to have some sort of bounty, and it's going to be like shoot 19 fallen right in the knee, and then you'll earn 14. Deep sight.
Like,
God, yeah, that's what's going to happen.
I agree. That's a good call. It's probably bounties. Yep, bounties will get it.
Okay. What I think it'll be, or what I want it to be.
Either. What do you think, or what do you want? Yeah,
Glimmer. Everything in this game should be Glimmer, and they should stop a cap on it and just let us pay every single thing we do with Glimmer. And that's
I'm surprised you didn't say silver.
Side note: if we could purchase it with real life money, I'm okay with that too.
They love you, but anyway, stop that. Reduce bad luck. Now this might be my now on the other side, instead of pain scale, what makes you excited? Reduce bad luck in weapon recipe unlocking. Provide opportunities within the crafting system to allow users to deterministically choose what weapon to target. Now for me, as I'm 5 out of 6 right now on the seasonal weapons that I've crafted, the fact that I have had the biggest struggle trying to get the linear fusion rifle to just go deep sight is killing me. Now I can do the 1 guarantee a week, what they just recently started to put in, which was not there for half the season. But the fact that you can earn 7 per expedition, which that whole currency loop still that stuff's starting to wear, I think too. But you get 7, so I could get up to 60 65, 67, whatever that you need. Enough for 5 weapon pulls. And theoretically, I could pull 5 fusion rifles and I could get nothing. But I could go out and do all those expeditions and I can get like the shotgun as another red bar outline or 7 sidearms that are red bars. Nothing that helps me for that one thing. So like if they can find a way to start having bad luck protection in the weapon recipes that you're going for, please. That is probably my biggest one. So sorry, I stole that one. Anybody else?
Please.
Yes, that's how
I
said
agree.
it.
I agree. Absolutely.
I know. I was echoing,
No,
literally and
Figuratively,
absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah, because the bad luck protection, we gotta. I think overall, Ducky said it best. Yep, better bad luck. I was literally gonna say you stole my point. I was gonna say that bad luck protection there and bad luck protection with exotics on raids and really work
great
on-
exotics.
Welcome,
Please.
welcome to the world of light. Thank you.
Yes,
You're
yes,
like,
yes.
oh,
Shout
I
out
love
Ducky.
the luck. I love the luck
This
thing.
week. Roke this week is the rotational. I need my collective obligation, y'all. We got to get this thing going.
Yo, highlight that Alex Nuche comment. I think we got one right there.
Yeah, the Brendan Fraser movie The Whale is based on DjOros' Eververse spending habits.
True. That's a true fact,
Oh.
actually.
Oh,
the movie.
Alex.
Yeah. He
Seth,
gained
I
all
love
that
you,
weight
buddy.
just to fill those enormous shoes.
Yep.
True. I mean, mostly true. No, I agree. I think you know what? No, I disagree. I think that it should be random and you should get 0.01 per no. We should I mean, as you go along, there should be a percentage, and it obviously doesn't exist. Look at Ducky, look at all the people that run this raid a lot. And they don't get a better percentage of getting it. Look at Travis. He ran Deep Zone Crypt way too many times. Look at Cletus Momitas. He ran it way too many times. I mean, he took longer than Travis, and that was 15, 20 after him. And I think you even jumped in for those. So you've run that raid way too many times for your
I
liking.
helped out because I'm a loyal soldier. I
Don't
didn't just
cut him out of this. Cut him out of this. I don't know.
I didn't
All I'm
just
saying-
leave after I got the exotic. I logged back in.
All I'm saying is that there should be like a point where you can buy it with like tokens or I mean anything to be like you completed it this many
Silver?
times, you get it, and that's it. Or silver if you're Bungie. Look, silver. So
DjOros has been dropped from the call.
Yeah. After you complete the raid 10 times, if you still haven't gotten it, you could buy it for 5,000 silver. That's DjOros's
Same price as the
no,
Lightfall's expansion.
I would never say to do anything like that, Bungie. But if you want to.
If you want to, I'll be
Thank God
first
for
in line.
Sony. Moving on.
Anyway, the next one, reduce loadout stress. Reduce player incentives to equip a suboptimal deep sight or crafted weapon. How's your level of excitement there, Cog, as you're fist pumping over there? Yeah, all of it.
Yeah, I don't want to put that on.
Whack weapon I don't want to play with.
And then they finally state that improve the weapon rewards from master raid content. Access to enhanced perks. They say this is not going to be full freeform crafting.
Cool.
So they said this will achieve our goal of reducing the amount of deep sight weapons by having all those random ones not drop. Also reduce deep sight hoarding. Players that currently do have those weapons should have their inventories just complete all the deep sight objectives before Lightfall. Don't hold on to any of those. Not going to help you. Quick PSA to everybody. If you are a Stadia player, make sure you set up cross-save for some other platform. Go to an internet browser and set up Steam. It's free. Cross-save that way. Whatever. Do something before January 18th. And then after January 18th, please, for your own sake, never, ever, ever turn off crossplay. I don't know why you would, but if you are a Stadia player first, do not turn off crossplay. They got some Bungie bounties going for PvE, PvP, PvPvE. All that stuff's coming up over the course of pretty much the next few days, early Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. You got some Prime Gaming, and we got a hotfix coming up. Hopefully that doesn't break Festival again. All right, that is everything in the TWAB.
Sorry.
Now, I will tell you guys, do you want to know what is rumored to be coming?
Yeah, let's get it. Secrets.
Do
All right.
it.
I'll give you guys spoiler warning for about 5 seconds. Go check out all these people: LordCognito, Ty Travis, DjOros, Twitter, Twitch, podcast, IGN, all the things.
Been warned.
All right. It seems to be API hidden and driven because we know Festival of the Lost is going to be next week for week 3. Then we know it's going to be Iron Banner after that. After that, there is potentially a community event. Now, the speculation is this community event is going to have some type of... I'm getting vibes of rebuilding the lighthouse vibes. Go accumulate a whole bunch of this thing through certain steps. Now, there's a theme behind it, but I'm not going to say what that is. But I get the feeling it's going to be that kind of community event. And I wondered, honestly, the way the season is going, how do you guys feel that if a community event is like, hey, go do 7 million, whatever. If it's one of those types of things, kind of like Season of the Worthy or Trials Rebuilding the Lighthouse, how do you get, go to kill 10 million hive?
10 million hive, yeah.
How do you guys think that is going to land? If it is that. Now, don't get me wrong, but I have a hunch from what I've seen, there's some kind of progression like that. You guys think that's going to be like, hey, here's a fun thing, or it's like, oh no, not again? Where are you guys at? I'm curious if that's what it is. And I could be totally wrong, but
oh no, not again. And I will not be participating in it, and I'll just wait for the community to complete it, as I always do. Or if the community doesn't complete it, we'll just wait for Bungie to have the
do it
calls and check it, because they're not going to create all that content and not put it in the game. Let's be honest. If we all just abstained, we're like, nah, none of us are going to do it, they'd still check that off. We know they would.
We strike.
So, yep. Call it.
You should have said this. Not good.
I'm
just disappointed.
I've seen in a couple. There is something, but it does. But the something I've seen with other things that I've heard feels like this could be a thing, and I've loved this like culmination of information.
Can I? Here's what they should do. If they want people to actually play, they should like make huge decisions about their game using these community events. Like, you know what I mean? Like a vote. Like, all right, guys,
will sunsetting be active or not? Or if you don't cross 10 million, like fallen
like,
killed.
That would be awesome, but it doesn't even have to be that crazy. Like, what if they were like, all right, guys, either next season you're going to get a new strike or a new Crucible map. You're going to have to do this seasonal event, and you're going to vote as part of it every time you run an activity.
People get up in that.
Oh yeah, your PvP players would be living in that game. Just be like,
for sure, map. Grinding it out. I probably would log on for that, because they'd be like, oh, I got to defend my PvP map. Oh, let's do it. That would be crazy. It would also be toxic. Bungie, you should not do that. If you make a strike and a Crucible map, you should put them both in the game. Don't be like that. But that would be hilarious, and I hope they do that.
Absolutely hilarious.
All right, guys, if we meet this community goal, you'll get 100 extra vault spaces. You know what I mean? Something like that, where it's just like, oh, dude, people would be logging on, and I wouldn't log on, just out of pettiness. But yeah,
this joint, when they be like, we ran 7,000 strikes. Yeah. We got it. We got the thing, and we did it. I was hoping, I had Sparrow energy. I was hoping you was gonna say, yo, little secret mission. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not getting that. I'm not getting those vibes. Not from what I've seen.
Like I was like, yo, it's been time. Like I even thought you might have said like, yo, we'll get the world shifting event where we stand in the tower and watch something blow up.
I will say, if you have an option between, hey, go do 7,000 strikes, or go have the almighty crash, I think just about everyone would probably have like go in live and witness it, or have somebody YouTube and record it and go watch it. Especially when you get into the season. I feel that's the one that's going to go over better.
Yes.
So I don't know. I just don't know how it's going to go. But I was like, if they did some community event, I have an idea what it's about, but I'm trying to keep some stuff in speculation. I will be curious if they do a big number thing. Yeah, it's like that may be one of those that I wonder. It's like, oh, we've upped the multiplier. Now it's like a multiplier by like 100. Now it's moving. Because it always does seem so small that one person for 7 million, you're like, it's just a drop in the ocean. It doesn't matter. So I will be curious is all I'm saying. Like 2 or 3 weeks from now, we'll see where this discussion lands. Is all I wanted to say since I had
Alright.
had a fun crew in here. But that's an extra long show tonight. But is there anything else you guys wanted to talk about? DJ, anything else you wanted to say about the world of Destiny while you got the mic?
He would pay
I
for
think
vault
I've
space.
extended it. Oh yeah, $1 for every vault space. I will do it. Anytime you say, hey, we'll give you one extra space if you pay $1, I'll buy a bunch of those. Travis suggested it. I think it's a good idea. So
Yeah.
that's it.
I see. I don't have to make fun of DJ. I just let him talk, and it sort of
that's
works.
it. No,
takes
we're
care of it
good.
himself.
Travis,
It's great.
that's it. That's all I got. I appreciate you guys. You're the best,
Well,
including Travis.
I was gonna say, kind of the floor is yours as we work into outros. Where can people find you? What are you doing? Playing, streaming, content, whatever. DJ, where can the wonderful people who hear all this podcast, the few viewers that we've got?
The 3 of them. You can jump into my Twitch channel. It's Back from the Dead if you want to do a Deep Stone Crypt. But if you want to come hang out with me and do some random drinking streams, it's DjOros. Twitter is David James Oros. Other than that, just come hang out. Look for Cog. Look for me. I'll do anything with anybody. It's just a community thing. So, Travis, you've been there, so it's fine. All right, and other than that, we're just here for fun. So thank you guys, appreciate it.
No doubt, DJ Oros, the king of man has returned.
Oh my god, man. It's like Travis every week.
Oh man, you're hilarious. Now, salute, brother. Good to have you finally at the campfire talking our talk. One of the
Thank you.
Cav, so this is a Cav talk. one of the staples of the ILP clan. A lot of fun, always helpful, gets people through content, and always makes things absolutely hilarious. DJ Oros in the building. Salute. Yeah, for me, you know the deal, man. ILP, LordCognito on Twitter, all that good stuff. And check out the Finding Duke with my mans, Mr. Matty Plays. Finally got a chance to rock out, talk about what's going on in the world of Xbox.
Working through that episode. It's a good one.
Absolutely. And yeah, look out for ILP this Sunday. What's going on with you, Trav?
Yeah, I've got a preview next week. I'm going to the headquarters of a certain gaming company to check out a certain game that they're showing me, which at least one person on this show is going to be very interested in. So I'll talk about that next week. And I've got my review of Sonic Frontiers. If you like people talking about game reviews, you can follow me on Twitter. If you are a sicko, if you're into weird sexual stuff or violence, follow DJ Oros on Twitter at David James Oros. You should follow him on Twitter and tweet at him all the time. Anything that's in your head, anything that you wish you could just tell someone, your sick thoughts, tweet at him. Public.
I agree.
Guys. E, what do you got?
I hate following you. Sometimes I really do. No, seriously though, David, thank you for joining us tonight. Absolute pleasure having you on the show. Was a blast. Thank your wife for letting us steal you for a couple hours. Also say sorry to your wife for how you abuse so much of your wallet on Destiny, but that's a whole different discussion. Whoa.
True.
Exactly. True. As for me,
she knows.
Halloween stream, trying to figure out what I want to stream for that. I've got a couple ideas, so that'll probably happen on Monday. Other than that, just trying to check the last couple of boxes for the events that are going on, guild a couple of things, and then see what variety of stuff I can get in between other things. So if you guys have ideas of stuff you'd like to see from me in the downtime, hit me up, on Twitter if you're like, hey, this video actually you think would be useful or whatever. You guys know I am open to those ideas as well as we get into what's probably going to be a little quiet time for about the next month, theoretically. Everybody, it's been amazing. Travis, Cog, glad to have you back. Travis, I don't know if I can ever have enough of the entertainment that this man brings to the channel. Even if I lose my monetization, it'll probably be worth it. If a joke is that good, probably will be the one that's remembered in history. And David, of course. Chat, you guys have all been fantastic tonight. I know it's been a long show. But you guys have been amazing. If you guys do ever want to send us an email, by the way, actually do have an email for the show. So if you guys are here, it's the last word podcast 1@gmail.com.
Okay.
The last word podcast 1@gmail.com. So if you guys got a question, comment, thought, anything you guys want to say to the show, if you made it this far in, if you're live, work on reading some of those out, maybe just some reader mail sometime, depending on what's going on. So that is all I got for episode number 221, October. Happy Halloween, happy spooky season. It's about to be over. But for this episode, it has been
The last word.
The last,
last word.
Cog didn't say the last word.